use the broadcast medium to try and get them to like.
No, I understand that.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying. So when people don't respond, there's not much we can do about it. When they flat out don't respond,
exactly.
Sometimes we end up, what the hell can we do? They're
right. We can't force them to do anything.
Right.
We try. For example, I tried to get in touch with Hearing Assist for Vicky.
They're not answering us.
And they're not answering. I sent an email to them, and so far haven't responded. And so Vicky called and said, "Why haven't we done anything?" And I tried to explain that we.
So Hearing Assist. Let me find that one. They're flat out. See, this is the problem with hearing aids. None of them are regulated anymore. That's not so much a big problem as it is the people in the hearing aid business. They all suck now because anybody can call themselves, anyone can really call themselves an audiologist, and anyone can sell a hearing aid. So what's her name? I'm looking for it. And how long ago was
this? Her name is Vicky.
How long ago was the call?
I think on the 4th or 5th of October.
Okay. And so she called about, here it is, she bought hearing aids from Hearing Assist. Was this online or was it in town, Hearing Assist?
I don't remember.
Return them the same month with, it must be an RMA number. It must be something online.
Right.
They said they got them, but she never got a refund. It's been 5 weeks. This sucks.
Right.
Now, where Hearing Assist, do you have a phone number for them? Let's bomb them.
Well, here's the problem. When you call the number that Vicky gave me, you just get an automatic response saying if you want to get in touch with them, you have to send an email.
Okay, what's the email?
Which I did. The email was hardyassist.com.
Hardy?
Oh, Hearing Assist. Sorry, Hearing Assist.
But what at hearingassist.com? I mean, what's the email?
Help at hearingassist.com.
Help at hearingassist.com.
Right, so I sent them a detailed email, and I haven't heard back from them yet.
Hearing Assist. Now, I don't know which one this is. There's a hearingassist.store, hearingassist.com. I mean,
that was the one that the.
No. I just need to know which one are we dealing with. I want our people to contact them. Okay, do this then. Write help at hearingassist.com. You're saying that's the one?
Yes, sir.
Help at hearingassist. So then it must be hearingassist.com if that's the email.
Right.
Okay. Hearingassist.com. Help at hearingassist.com. But if you go to hearingassist.com, it says it can't be reached. So you can't even reach the website.
No, you can't send an email. If you listen to the phone, if you call the phone number, it says please send an email.
What's the phone number, Doc? I mean, okay. I'm getting confused because their website's not working.
833.
Hold on, why am I not hearing a dial tone here? My phone's not working. Hold on. There we go.
833.
Okay. Yeah.
820. 5743.
I want to hear the message.
Okay.
See, I'm getting a fast busy. But you called it. Okay, give me that number again. Give me that number again.
833.
833. I want to try
820.
820.
5743.
It's not working. It's not working. So I don't know why it's not working on this phone, but we can't get through. Anyway, give us a call, people, if you have a problem, question, complaint. Hearing Assist. Look, when you buy a hearing aid, first of all, you're taking a crapshoot. You're taking a crapshoot. That's what you're taking. But basically, hearingassist.com does not exist according to this. I don't know he says that the email works, so I'll see if that comes back or not. Help at hearingassist.com. If so, I want you to send. You're sure it said hearingassist.com. I can't get through to the phone number. Okay, help at hearingassist.com. I'm going to do test, and I'm going to do test. I'm going to see if it goes through. Let's see. We'll see if it goes through. Anyway, Brent Ivinson is with us from Ideal Home Loans. It's a terrible time to be in the loan business. I venture to say no one's refining. I mean, unless they have credit card debt, they could possibly because they have equity. The houses are still pretty good value. Wouldn't that be truly the only thing you got, Brent?
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of, we kind of call it the have to, right? Somebody has to buy a new house. Maybe there's a divorce.
The
maybe
buying
there's
of a house, for sure, you got to get a loan unless you have cash, right?
Yep, that's right. And then even on the refinance side, people that are feeling the pain of climbing home equity rates, climbing credit card rates, that type of stuff, they're reaching out to refinance, to consolidate debt, to lower their monthly payments. And we are saving people a significant amount of money. We had a couple that we're working with right now that's slated to close at the end of the month. And they're going to save $900 a month, which
because they're putting credit card into it.
Putting credit card into it and paying off things. And then the thing we're going to start to see too
What's the rate right now?
You're at 8% on a 30-year fixed mortgage.
Oh my God! You know what? Really, 8% historically isn't bad.
Good. It's good.
No, seriously, historically it's not bad, but because rates have been so low for so long, it is driving people mad.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I got into this business when I got out of college in 1996, and rates were about 9%. And this is a good rate. 8% is a good rate. Now, I think what you're seeing though is everybody is of the opinion that rates are going to come back down.
But you have the interest rate guarantee, right?
We do. That's right. We have the interest rate guarantee.
So right now, if someone does get a loan, buy a house or whatever, you will refi them.
Absolutely. And then in addition to that, we have another product that we've come out with called Evolve, where if you've got to buy a bigger house, a smaller house, a second home, go to a shorter term mortgage, we will do that transaction with no lender fees as well.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
So how does that work?
Once you're a client for life, and anytime you need to do any mortgage, we will do that mortgage for you, and we're not going to charge you any lender fees to do it. You only pay once.
That is amazing.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. So
client for life.
Yep. So that's
what do you call it?
Evolve. Evolve by Ideal Home Loans. Your loan will evolve with you. So because look, no one mortgage works perfectly forever, right? Maybe it's, hey, you're looking at retiring, so you want to go to a shorter term mortgage. Maybe it's, hey, we've got a familial change and a kid on the way, we need a bigger house. Maybe it's, hey, our kids have left, we need a smaller home. All of those things, or hey, I want to buy an investment property or a second home. We're here to help you with all of those transactions. We've been serving Colorado since 2001, and this is how we've done it. This is how we've been here as long as we have, is by taking care of our clients.
All right. By the way, waterpros.net for water, wonderful water, drinking water at the kitchen sink, under $1,000 fully installed. But they have all kinds of water systems for hardness, for odors, for forever chemicals, for whatever bothers you. And really, water is so important. Waterpros.net, the best prices, the lowest prices, the best systems. Don't even consider anyone else when it comes to water system. 303-862-5554.
Are you concerned about outliving your money? Call 866-901-SAFE. That's 866-901-2255 for your complimentary retirement and income book. And join Al Martinez for the Retirement and Income Radio Show, Sundays at 7 a.m. or 3 p.m.
Genesis Total Exteriors. We've known Mark for years and years, and we recommend it for home improvements. But right now that winter's coming, there's time to get your projects done. Now, that could be storm damage fixed, or it could just be other projects. Give us an idea of why this is a good time, Mark.
Well, I mean, we're lucky here because we have such mild winters a lot of times. I mean, yeah, we got a little bad spells, but right now, it seems like we got great weather coming up. It's a great time to keep going and get your things done before the real storms roll in.
Now, as far as storm damage, you're able to do it all. Explain that. Why you're uniquely qualified to do it all.
I am a general contractor. I have my general contractor's license, and so I'm able to do any kind of damage you have on your home from a storm. We're qualified to do. I have the people to do it. We got roofing, siding, windows, fences. Anything you need done, we can handle it.
Right, and not only that, it's one source, one place, one person. I'll bet you adjusters like that, having one person to deal with. Haven't you found it way easier?
Yeah, it really streamlines the process. Makes things go much quicker. Once we get through the supplement process, then we're ready to rock and roll and get your project finished and get it done.
So you do roofing, gutters, siding, windows, doors, decks, railings, fencing, painting. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Outbuildings as well, right?
Yeah, we'll take care of the outbuildings.
I think it's easier to tell. What do you not do? How about that one?
Oh, right now we're not doing any kind of interior work at all.
Okay.
So
right.
Anything that's pretty much pertaining to outside your house is something we'll take care of.
And plenty of time to get it done. That's thank you very much. That's Genesis Total Exteriors.com, 303-679-8509. Now, speaking of the home, what about Made in the Shade? Those are the window covering people we highly recommend. Why? Because they're superior. And I love the way they do business. First, they come and they estimate and measure for free. Don't try to do that on your own. I don't care what you hear. Don't do it on your own. These guys can do it probably lower price when it all is said and done. They order it for you. One source, one stop, turnkey, all window covering. 720-458-6566, 720-458-6566, denvershades.co.
Hi, I'm Donnie, owner of Fitness Gallery, where we believe there's nothing more important than your health, which is why we carry the world's finest fitness equipment. Over the last 25 years, we've helped Coloradans save time by working out with the convenience, comfort, and safety of their own home. We deliver, we install, we service everything we sell. Our products are the smoothest, quietest. It has the best warranties you could possibly get in the industry. We have great financing. We guarantee the nation's best pricing on every product we sell. Save on a true M30 treadmill for $700 off, with some models up to $3,000 off. Can't tell you over the last 25 years how many thousands of customers have bought the big box products or the online products, and they don't use it or it falls apart on them. People come in here to buy quality. We're not just here to sell you something, we're here to help you achieve your goals. Please visit one of our 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins, or go to fitnessgallery.com.
Why are the world's central banks quietly yet aggressively amassing mountains of gold? Because they know a storm is brewing, the type we might witness only once in our lifetimes. They understand that America's vastly inflated currency doesn't have much life left. And when it finally dies, gold will be a bedrock of stability, just as it has for thousands of years. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to do as central banks are doing. How? By diversifying your IRA or 401k into physical gold with Birch Gold Group. This will protect your savings from inflation, political instability, and economic crashes. To see how it works, get a free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word SECURE to 989898. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust. So text SECURE to the number 989898. That's SECURE to 989898. Get your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation or purchase required.
You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. Kitchen and bath remodeling time is here, and for a very short time, we're offering 36-month financing with approved credit, of course, or big cash discounts for select install dates. drhi.com or 800-362-8370.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer.
Partly cloudy skies for your Wednesday, and we do have some changes on the way. Temperature still in the 70s, but it's going to be breezy today. Slight chance for rain this afternoon. I'm Box 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burse.
Seems like COVID's everywhere again, but there's good news from Pfizer. This season's updated COVID-19 shots are now available for ages 6 months and up, and they're designed to better protect against recent variants. Ask your pharmacist or doctor and schedule at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hello? I have a comment.
I gotta get this off my chest.
You are an army of one. Speak up.
What I say might make people angry, but I don't care.
I'm going to say something really un-PC, so if you want to hang up on me, it's okay.
Just want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
My voice.
This is Denver's talk station.
Thanks so much for taking my call.
630 KHOW. This hour from the Trajan Wealth KHOW Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 888heating.com, plumbing, heating. Now listen, they do the not plumbing, heating and cooling in the high efficiency realm. Great deals. You'll save money From then on out, if you get a high efficiency, they also have heat pumps to augment your gas furnace. And it's 303-770-2776. If you're thinking about new systems, they're specializing in the ultra-high efficiencies that save a ton of money. 888heating.com. Okay, so let's talk to you about your life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All right, let's talk to our callers first, then something I wanted to ask. Why did they decide to go to a zero bail on all crimes except violent felonies? Now, let me explain what I mean by that. If you're arrested, it's catch and release with a summons to appear back in court. You don't even get an initial hearing. You're not taken to jail. Any crime other than a violent felony, you're taken to the police station, you're booked and let go. No bail. Now, why would you, at the height of crime in L.A., have a policy of zero bail? Can anyone tell me that? Now, I'm going to make a prediction. Denver will do the same thing, and I'll tell you why. Because what California does, Denver does. Because, our governor is a jock sniffer as far as a fan. You know how these fans, they call them jock sniffers because they love their team so much? Well, his team is California, and he loves what California does. So you can bet your ass we're going to have no bail soon. You wait. I want you to write it down and let me know when it happens that I was right. Let's talk to Bill. Bill, what's going on with you? Hello, Bill.
Hey, how are you?
What's happening?
I rented a Turo car, and
now Turo isn't that peer-to-peer?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's kind of like you go on and people are renting their own cars to you. And Turo, it's kind of like
it's Airbnb
for cars. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. And Turo. Okay, so what's going on with Turo?
I had the car parked on the side of the street in front of my house. Somebody sideswept it and put like a scratch on there.
Yeah.
So I did the responsible thing and let the owner know, and I let Turo know. So I paid for the damages.
You're responsible for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I paid for the damages though. They sent me an invoice $756. I paid that.
Oh, you did pay for the damage. Okay, good.
Yeah.
And your insurance should cover you on that, I think.
I wasn't driving at that time, so I didn't have insurance, my own insurance.
Okay.
I think I have insurance
How much did you pay for damage?
$756.
Now what's going on?
Now they sent me an additional invoice for almost $3,000.
For loss of use?
No, not for loss of use. They said that's how much his damages. It was just a scratch on the side of the car.
Well, wait a minute. Why did they? Now, what was the first bill for then? I don't understand.
They take $500 out automatically when there's an incident, and then they do like a $120 admin fee. But the total came up $756, so that should have closed everything out.
You thought it did, but it didn't.
Yeah, but he also had rented the car out. The invoice he sent me was like, I need everything recalibrated, all this stuff. It was just a scratch.
Yeah. No, but they're right that it can be that much. So here's the thing. Are you protesting it, or did they automatically take it from your credit card?
I'm protesting it. But I had a question, though, because I was like, I asked if the car was under finance, and they wouldn't answer me.
What's that?
I asked her if the car was under finance. They wouldn't answer me. They're like, you just need to pay. And I was like, no. Because he has insurance, I have insurance, and you have insurance. I got insurance through y'all. She has insurance through y'all. You guys have insurance.
You're looking for financing of the damage or what?
No. I was wondering if the car's under finance. It was a brand new car.
What difference does that make?
Because it's bank owned.
But what difference does that make to you?
Oh, because I'm gonna go after him then. If that's because I feel like he's ripping me off. He could have just settled, and I would have just gave him $1,000 or something, or $756.
Okay,
I'm not
Bill, you're talking like you have all kinds of rights here. If those damages are genuine, you owe them. You're not going to get out of it.
Did you ask for a copy of the...
Now, the only way you'll get out of it, Bill, is if they're padding the bill to make some money on this. Do you think they're really...
That's what it sounds like.
Well, I don't know if they are. Did you call the body shop that wrote the estimate?
No, I didn't call them, but they sent me an invoice.
Well, listen, if you send that to us, we'll have our body people take a look at it. I mean, what they're saying, there's no way our body people can. They're just going to look at what they're doing and see if it's in line with prices. But here's the deal. There's no way of knowing that. You said it was just a scratch, right? Well, how are you going to prove that? Are you there? He hung up. So listen, here's the deal. You're at their mercy. So what you should have done, if somebody sideswiped it, is possibly demand some kind of an estimate right then and there. I mean, I don't know how you get out of it, especially if it's out of state.
Can he ask for a receipt from the body shop?
No, they don't have to fix it. They don't have to fix it. You're responsible for the damage, whether they fix it or not.
Right.
But I don't even understand what he meant. I want to know if it's financed or not. What the hell difference does that make? Yeah, they might have insurance, but they're not obligated to do anything. In fact, they can take your money and go out and have lunch. They don't have to even fix the car. You're responsible for the damage. I don't know how else to put that to you. You're responsible for the damage. And it might not sound fair, but it certainly is. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Elite Garage Floors. That's Garage Floors. Elite Garage Floors. EliteGF.com. They do sidewalks, patios, and pool decks too. EliteGF.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer.
Some good news up on the northwest end of town for our Broomfield drivers. Highway 36 westbound approaching the Interlochen Loop and Northwest Parkway. The crash has been moved off to the left shoulder. We're still seeing some slow traffic back from Wadsworth. About 4 or 5 minutes of delays through the area. Otherwise, a beautiful drive throughout the Denver Metro. I-25 north and southbound. No complaints through downtown. I-70 east and westbound flowing free to and from DIA. Fox 31, pinpoint weather. Scattered showers later today with a high of 76 degrees. Overnight low of 43. Tomorrow cooling way down with a high of 58. Scattered showers again. The current temperature in Denver is 63 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan at 630 KHOW.
Seems like COVID's everywhere again, but there's good news from Pfizer. This season's updated COVID-19 shots are now available for ages 6 months and up, and they're designed to better protect against recent variants. Ask your pharmacist or doctor and schedule at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer.
K&H Home Solutions, the oldest home improvement company in all of Colorado. And that means something because K&H stands behind its products. I've known them for the whole 40 some odd years, 40 some odd years I've been here, almost 50. And I'm telling you, they've been in business 65 years and you can trust them. What I love is their energy efficient products, beautiful products, and most of all, maintenance free or low maintenance products. Siding, windows, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for, including roofing. You can depend on 303-421-7100, 303-421-7100, khwindows.com. Okay, when it comes to estate planning, we recommend a few people, and Keelan Park is one of those people. Why? Because they do it right. They take the hassle and the dangers and the risk out of do-it-yourself estate planning or estate planners that don't know what they're doing. They look at every aspect of your estate plan, wills, simple to complex, or trust to protect you and your heirs, either revocable or non-revocable. What about common problems without an estate plan? Oh, you can have plenty of them. They have special ways to protect and leave assets, and they have extensive experience in helping people in business, like transitioning a business from parents to children, or real-life experience in business law and running multi-million-dollar businesses. Avoid all of the problems passing a business on to your heirs. Call them. 970-818-8198. Keel and Park. Now, they both have E's on them. Keel, E, and then Park with an E, and it's lawkp.com. How about this plum crazy match made in heaven? Buy a new Carrier AC and get a new Carrier furnace free. A deal for any budget. Only from Plumline Services and Carrier. Turn to the experts. From Castle Rock to Longmont, Plumline's been earning our trust since '98 with a spirit of excellence. Service at home, servants at heart. Schedule online. No phone call, no hassle, no wait. PlumlineServices.com. That's PlumlineServices.com.
Imagine selling your home and getting paid twice? Sound good? But how's that even possible? To sell your home and get paid twice? You can do it with Orchard. It's simple. Orchard makes you a solid cash offer on your home. If you agree, boom, here's your cash for your next home. Orchard handles everything from there, including paint, repair, list, and show your home. And if your old home sells for more than Orchard offered you, you get the upside cash. That bears repeating. When your old home sells for more than Orchard offered you, you get that money too. You get paid twice. And that happens 97% of the time with Orchard. Look, in this Denver market with so many home buying companies trying to lowball you, Orchard pays you the upside when your old home sells for more. Want to get paid twice when you sell your home? I know I would. Learn how to get paid twice and get a free valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
I'm here with Sean O'Keefe and Dan Blair, Chief Wealth Advisors at Summit Wealth Strategies and hosts of the Retirement Summit radio show and podcast. Guys, taxes can be a big hurdle for someone who wants to sell a highly appreciated asset like a small business or real estate, but you have a strategy that can be a real game changer for dealing with the capital gains. Tell us about it.
Yes, really, this strategy allows a seller to potentially defer all the taxes on the capital gains so we can keep what you would have paid to Uncle Sam working for you. It works really well for small business owners and allows them to continue to build their wealth. For these entrepreneurs, their exit strategy is often the biggest financial decision they will ever make, and many owners are reluctant to explore their selling options due to the fear of taxes eating up a large portion of their life's work. But with this tax strategy, we can position the proceeds of the sale so that your money continues to work as hard for you as you did for it.
And for real estate sales, it's important to know this is not a 1031 exchange. So whether you want to use this tax strategy for the sale of a business, a piece of real estate, or any other highly appreciated asset, you're still using pre-tax dollars. This can be a real game changer that opens up other financial opportunities, such as building retirement income, estate planning, and maintaining your family's wealth. So give us a call today and ask us about this powerful tax strategy and allow us to get to work for you.
Before you sell, call Summit Wealth Strategies. If you have $500,000 or more of capital gains exposure, call 720-806-6885 or visit their website to learn more at GoSummitWealth.com.
Sean O'Keefe and Dan Blair are investment advisor representatives of and investment advisory services offered through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor firm. Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, and Summit Wealth Strategies, LLC, are separate and unaffiliated entities. Insurance and annuities offered through Summit Wealth Strategies, LLC. The comments above are no substitute for personal tax advice. You should consult your legal and/or tax professionals before making any financial decisions.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Michael's got a comment on that Turo rental problem, the peer-to-peer rental. As Doc put it, it's like an Airbnb for cars. And the guy that called was upset because he thinks he's being charged too much for damages. But, you know, first of all, with today's cars and all of the sensors and airbags and everything in there, it could be that a mere scratch is $3,000. What's your comment, Michael?
Yeah, all I wanted to tell you was the guy was questioning if the car was financed. In fact, it wouldn't matter because even if you finance a car, it's different than a house. The bank doesn't own the car. You own the car. In a house, the bank owns the house. So it wouldn't matter anyway.
No, I don't know what point was he trying to make, do you think? He was asking if the car is financed.
What I think is that he felt that if it was financed and the bank owned it because of the financing, that maybe the money should be going to them.
Oh,
and it doesn't
I
make
see.
any sense, but that's what I think he's thinking. But it doesn't matter because the bank doesn't own the car.
You're right. I mean, I
Well,
know.
I don't know if that's true. When I leased my car, the bank held a title to it.
Well, I know, but they technically don't own it, okay? They have an insurable interest, and they have a lien on it, but they don't own it. I know we jokingly say the bank owns our house, the bank owns our car, but they don't. They have an insurable, they have an interest in it, they have a lien interest, they have a collateral, but we are the owners of record.
But on a car, a lease is different than
that's right.
than if you finance it to own it.
That's right. You're right. But even with the lease,
You never own it until you buy
with
it.
the lease, the terms and conditions say you're responsible. So thanks for the call, Michael. Appreciate it. Now let's go to Juanita. Juanita, hello, Juanita. What's going on with you?
Well, hi, Tom.
Hi,
Thanks
Juanita.
for taking my call.
How can I help you, Juanita?
Well, we had a mini air wall conditioner installed.
Now, wait,
by,
like a mini split, they call them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. By
Who
Air
put it in
Masters-
for you?
Air Masters out of Loveland.
Air Masters in Loveland put in that for you. Okay.
Back in 2007.
Installed in 2007, a mini split. Now, this mini split, do you know what kind it was?
Yes, it was a Sanyo.
And it's just heat, just air, or does it have a heat pump?
Did it have a heat pump also, hon? No, it did not, Tom.
Okay, so now what's going on? Tell me the problem.
Well, there was not. We just didn't feel it was working to its full capacity, so we called them to have them come and service.
Well, now, is this all of a sudden or over time, or tell me?
Over time.
Okay, so
and
yeah,
we had
so
just
it's
never
an
had it
07.
serviced.
I don't know what kind of maintenance they require, but how many years is that? That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I always have to count on my fingers, but it's a long time, right? So
Right.
Yeah, like 5, 6 years. So what's going on?
Well, and while he was here, he was working on it, and he damaged it to the point that it was no longer working.
Wait. It was working before he got there.
Yes.
And how did he damage it? I don't understand that.
He took a instrument and put it into the little grooves, and the blades came flying out.
Wow. What was he trying to do, for goodness sakes?
I don't know what he actually was trying
here's
to
the most important thing. What are they doing about it?
Well, he admitted that he damaged it, and he said, what we'll need to do is order the parts, and we will let you know when we get them, and we'll come and repair it.
Okay, that's what they should do. Now, when was this service?
This was serviced on August 22nd.
August 22nd, okay.
So we did not hear from them.
Well, right now, let me just
days.
ask you, right now, where does this stand today?
It stands today that we have contacted them several times. They said, Sanyon no longer makes this model.
Well,
So
okay, then that's their problem, not yours.
Right.
So
what?
Okay, so tell me what they're going to do.
They said they would replace it, give us a good deal and a senior discount.
Well, hold on a second. Replace it? You weren't going to replace it. I mean, come on.
No, we weren't.
How much?
No,
Okay,
we
how much
weren't.
did they say the great deal was?
They didn't. They didn't give us a price.
Now,
they said
listen.
they would let us know.
Let's say they last about 20 years. Let's say that. So you were let's just say you were a third of the way through it. So what they should do is pay for 2/3 of a new one. And if they did that, that would be okay. How old are you, Juanita?
84.
Oh, come on. They shouldn't give you a hard time like that. You're 84 and, okay, Doc, we got to help these people. Yeah. Hold on, okay, Juanita? We got to call him, man. This is wrong. This is just wrong. Hold on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What, are they kidding me? Bennett's turn. Bennett, talk to me, man. What's happening?
Hey, Tom. Been listening to you since Father John days.
Oh, I know that. I think you've called before, right? You're Bennett, right?
I am Bennett. And
you sound familiar. And how's your health, Bennett?
Well, I just had some chemo done yesterday.
Yeah.
And I got the pump on today, but I feel pretty good. I'm not in pain.
Well, that's good. Now, let me ask you something, Bennett. At what stage are you at with this cancer?
They told me I was at a stage 2.
Okay. And where is the cancer?
It's in my stomach area.
How did that happen? Like over time, or when was it discovered?
Well, Tom, it was about 19. I had a real bad pain in my chest. I went to the emergency room, and they told me that it was just acid reflux. Well, it got so bad, I finally went back in, and they discovered that I had a small tumor in my stomach.
Did they remove it?
No, because of my age. I'm 78.
Yeah, well, okay. So they said you wouldn't survive it?
Possibly not. But
did radiation shrink it, Bennett?
Yes, I had 29 radiations, and it shrunk it way down.
Good.
And they say as of yesterday, everything is confined.
Wow. Okay, so Bennett, let's get to the issue. How can we help you?
Well, my granddaughter was dating this guy for 2 years. She got pregnant. He became a ghost.
Oh, what a bum.
No, I mean, we're helping her with her medical, diapers, food, clothing, all that. Does he have any rights to come back at any time to claim visitation?
Yes. Can I tell you something? Here's the thing, man. This happens more than you'll think. I have a dear friend who has a granddaughter. Oh, man, it's just like this. And he didn't want anything to do with her when she got pregnant. Now he's circling, saying she didn't have the baby yet, but he's saying they want, custody and visitation and blah, blah, blah. Now, here's the thing. They have a right even if they don't financially support the baby. I know this sounds crazy, but the finances are totally separate from parental rights. In fact, you know what I want to do for you, Bennett? Let's get you some free legal advice. Some real advice. Hey, Kachina, I want to get Harris Family Law. Got it. She's giving me the thumbs up. Bennett, hang on. Let's talk to the experts right now. This is way too serious, okay?
Thank you, Tom.
Are they making noise right now, Bennett?
No, he hasn't. He only
all right. Well, let's do a preemptive education here, okay?
You bet.
All right, hold on. We'll take care of you. We're going to get someone on for this. 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com.
Some good news up on the northwest end of town for our Broomfield drivers. Highway 36 westbound approaching the Interlochen Loop and Northwest Parkway. A crash has been moved off to the left shoulder. We're still seeing some slow traffic back from Wadsworth. About 4 or 5 minutes of delays through the area. Otherwise, a beautiful drive throughout the Denver Metro. I-25 north and southbound. No complaints through downtown. I-70 east and westbound flowing free to and from DIA. Fox 31, pinpoint weather. Scattered showers later today with a high of 76 degrees. Overnight low of 43. Tomorrow cooling way down with a high of 58. Scattered showers again. The current temperature in Denver is 63 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Invisible Fence brand is more than a fence. They offer what no other pet containment company can. Patented technology combined with hands-on training to ensure protection for the pet you love while allowing them to enjoy more of their yard. Visit InvisibleFence.com today to learn more about what sets them apart.
Okay, so many people are looking to get out of the stock market, take their lump sum in their 401k while they still have it, their IRA or their SEP, and they're looking for something that is safe. There is nothing more safe than a good fixed indexed annuity that will give you a guaranteed return, number one, guaranteed never to lose principal, number two, and guaranteed never, ever, ever, ever to lose even your gains, and guaranteed income for life, and cost of living increases, and long-term care benefits. I'm telling you, it's true. Find out more, mymoneymyway.com, but you got to get the right one. You can trust Joe Chiano and his team. 303-779-6600. Hey, you know when I say personal injury, I always say this. I hope you don't need them, but there is an emphasis on the word personal injury. You don't want someone who simply goes on TV or radio and brags. You want someone who will actually work your case, no matter how big or small it is. You want someone who will talk to you. You don't want call centers. Oh my God, there's a firm that brags about how many operators they have and how many call centers. What are you kidding me? What you want is personal attention. In fact, John Fuller has pledged to only take the number of cases he will work personally. John Fuller, Fuller Law, and I mean it is personal when it comes to personal injury. You'll notice the difference. So when you're out there making your calls, call them first and then compare the rest. 303-597-4500. You'll get a cell phone number, honest to God, that you can call or text anytime. Call them first in the office, 303-597-4500, myaccidentlawyer.co.
This is Steve Powers here for Polestar Denver, where the deals are electric. Take delivery on a new 2024 Polestar 2 today. Lease a Polestar 2 and take advantage of the $8,500 clean vehicle credit. We are also taking orders today on the new Polestar 3. We have inventory on the ground and we accept trade-ins. Drive into the electric age with Polestar Denver, a McDonald family dealership. Visit us at 240 St. Paul Street in the heart of Cherry Creek North.
This just announced. Take advantage of 0% interest rates. See Polestar Denver for details.
Hey, Jen. Sorry I'm late. I had to stop for gas. Yeah, I can't believe how much it costs for gas now. I know. Everyone's still talking about how much gas is, but I never pay full price. I just use the free Upside app, and I get cash back for every gallon of gas I buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid real cash when you buy gas on the Upside app?
Yeah. I earn back up to 25 cents a gallon every time I buy gas.
What? That sounds like it could really add up.
It sure does. I've made over $300 already.
Wow, that's serious extra money. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the... It caps losses at 0.25. It shuts down the pair. Or gains at 0.25. Now, we make more than 0.25 sometimes by mistake. We never lose more than 0.25 because it automatically shuts it out. So, gains, even though we could have a couple pairs do some losses at 0.25, the gains always outweigh them. So it's at an upward trajectory usually. But I'm going to give you some real numbers. Last year we returned 34.9%, and the Dow was down 16. I know the S&P was down negative 16.
Yeah.
So,
well, you look at how many wealth management guys are out there making
the way you
not very good.
The only way that we make money is that we make money,
right?
So it's all performance, and this bullshit about assets under management.
Yeah. Oh, that's their whole thing. We got this much. How much do you guys have in the fund?
Okay, I just have to tell you this legally. I'm not supposed to talk about that.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because you're not supposed to use that as a selling point.
Oh, gotcha.
But I'm going to tell you that as a friend, I'm going to tell you, like I personally have 3, and then I have friends, and I would say 20 is a good number.
Yeah.
But it's growing. Because we have, what's growing about it is, well, people's principles are growing. I'm not talking about that, but word's getting around. But we are only for qualified investors.
Do any lawyers work?
You can't just advertise and have anyone at. Right. Not even accredited. They have to be qualified, which is a little higher than accredited. Yep. So they have to have, it's not that terrible, but it is, I've had people, I've had people say, oh, okay, it's hard. Because first of all, I'm not doing it, so I put it together with this kid I knew from literally a kid, and then he came back, and we got together many years ago. But here's the thing about it, and we have all the licensing and all the qualifications. We're all legal.
Yeah, I was trying to reach Kathy Tran.
Approved for Pacific.
Yeah, Kelly Kuchera from the Tom Martino Troubleshooter Show.
I have an IRA in there. You can put a 401k. But But anyway, so
Tom Martino Troubleshooter Radio Show.
a lot of qualified money. But here's what happens. People say, I had this one friend who said, I'll put a couple hundred and see what happens. And I love that because I don't care. The minimum, we only had a 25,000.
Yeah. That'd be great.
I saw it. That's smart.
I know what's going to happen. They're going to put. Everyone wants to make money.
Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, I ragged on California at the beginning of the show about the no bail policy. I could go on and on with stuff they're doing, but I don't know. And Dan's got a comment on that. Go ahead.
No, I don't need her
here's
voicemail.
the
I'm
thing.
on a live
When I
radio
talk
show,
about stuff
I
like
need
that,
to
it's just
talk to her
because it
directly
pisses me
so we
off
can
so
get
much.
one of
Go
your
ahead, Dan.
lawyers on.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So the reason, in my opinion, what happened is after the George Floyd killing and all the killings of blacks, unjustified, and the police abuse that has been going on, the Democrats were dodging responsibility, and they created a distraction because the police department reports to the mayor, and these killings occurred in Democrat-run cities, mostly for decades. And so the Democrats were dodging their responsibility about how they ran the police, and so they claimed systemic racism and defunding the police. And if you check Google Trends, just after the George Floyd killing, you'll see a big blip after that on both of those subjects and little afterwards. And so they were just, dodging responsibility for how they run the police. And I want to point out, the claim of systemic racism is just absurd. Being systemic means it's throughout the body politic, which means if they're claiming that systemic racism occurs, they are saying they are racist. And in my opinion, anybody who claims there is systemic racism in the United States should resign from any public office because they're saying they are racist.
But Dan, to be fair, I mean, for years, the systems in general have been skewed against minorities. And by the way, I'm not saying that that's an excuse or that's a reason for, not enforcing laws, but I'm not talking about, I don't know if systemic's the right word, but I do know that there is something to the past, okay? I'm not saying we should all wallow in it and pay reparations or anything, but I think we've done an adequate amount. I mean, sometimes we tend to go overboard, just like we do with any rights, right? No matter what we do, we tend to go overboard because we feel so, obligated or guilty or whatever, a politics of guilt, like we're doing with transgenderism. And when you think about transgender, it's such a minute percentage of the population. Now, that doesn't mean we should hate people and treat them badly, but at the same time, we overreact sometimes to things. And I think there is something to our past that was skewed white. I mean, and I laughed one time, and again, I don't mean to be some screaming liberal, but I want to be fair, and I think one of the things that differentiates me from a lot of talk show hosts is I will not just look at one side. I looked at the highway system, and I thought, you idiots, how can you say highways and roads are racist? And when I looked at it, I saw what they meant on how they bypass certain areas and build bridges in certain areas and not in others. But anyway, I agree with you, Dan. The Democrats were overreaching to try to shed their guilt. I agree with you, mostly. But I do think our system was skewed to white in the past. I think we're doing a good job to overcome it.
Broncos fans, get ready for game day.
I'm so confused. Somebody call me back.
Screaming from the hilltop, but there is something to systemic racism. I don't believe in this critical
All right, we
race
got
theory
Fuller soon.
at all. But
Fuller.
You'd have to be blind not to see that our system used to be skewed for white people, right?
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, in roads and bridges and neighborhoods, for God's sakes, you'd have to be blind not to admit that. But one thing I can't fucking figure out is how math was racist. That's the part I still haven't figured out.
Well, look, I agree with you.
I don't know how math is racist.
Because what they're saying is there's more than one answer to an equation. which is
But I used
is
to
crazy.
think that was bullshit about roads and bridges and neighborhoods, and then I looked into it and I thought, holy shit, they literally would build things around neighborhoods and not through them, unless they were affluent.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, now that is kind of bullshit, right?
Oh, by the way, I called that that place about the air conditioner. I had to leave a message, so we'll see if they get back to me.
Do you need anything, Brent? You
No,
need
I'm good.
water or anything?
Nah, good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's hit hard the credit card debt. There are a lot of people with credit card debt.
Tons.
Now, what about seconds? No, not worth it.
No, yeah, we've got a second mortgage product too. So
Okay, now what
a
does that
HELOC
do?
product.
What does that do?
It's just a HELOC. It goes behind there first, and we
What
can.
I mean is rates. What do they do?
Oh, it can be as high as 10 depending on your credit, and as low as 8.
Well, sometimes a blended rate, if you have a good rate, might be better than taking.
So like we have a client right now, another client. They have 51 different accounts we're paying off, and they're gonna save $3,400 a month. And when you look at their effective interest rate, if they take half of what we're saving and apply it towards their mortgage, they're going to pay less in total interest on the new mortgage than they were going to pay on the old mortgage over 30 years because they're going to accelerate the payoff.
Wow.
So. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, I mean, there's just, and I think as the student loan stuff resumes, I think you've got a lot of people out there that went and bought cars and
Good afternoon. Thanks for
furnishings and
calling the
everything
Grand
else, and they
Capital
weren't
Show.
making their student loan
I'm sorry,
payments, and now they
the
have
Tom
to make their
Martino
student
Show.
loan
How can I help you?
It's going to get nasty. So.
I mean,
I'm
I think
great.
it's
How are
crazy
you?
to, not collect student debt.
Yeah.
It's not fair to everybody.
Yeah, right, for sure. I mean, hey, but what?
I mean,
lien on
I'm
your
sure
apartment?
I had to pay back my student loans.
Weird. Okay, what's your
Yeah,
name?
no, I didn't pay mine. I paid my ex-wife's, but but yes, there was
One
student
more
loan
time.
debt paid in my household.
Yeah, and we all paid them off.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's the thing. Like you can't. So
And
now just
that's
selectively
pronounced
because your timing's
what?
good, you get taken care of, and everyone
Right.
else gets screwed. Like,
Right.
Okay.
look, my girls are in
All right,
school at
gotcha.
University of Arizona, and when this was all going on, I initially was going to
Lien on
send them down and
apartment.
have them
All
get
right,
student
you
loans.
got
I'm
it.
like, hey,
Hang
man,
on for
forget
me.
it all. Go get student loans, and then as they, the tide changed, I was like, all right, we're gonna just pay for this and be done. So, but
But you're right. I mean, that's the inequality of the system.
for sure. How often are you playing golf? How many times a week?
Just once. I have a friend I play with on Thursday. We play 9 holes. He's 82.
Oh, nice.
So we just play 9 holes,
Yeah.
and we play for big stakes.
Yeah.
Whoever loses has, when you bring your cart back,
Yeah.
the kids clean off the clubs.
Yeah.
So you have to tip them. So whoever loses has to tip the kid.
That's to tip the kid that cleans the clubs.
Right.
Good.
And then I usually play on Sunday with another friend of mine who has more money than God, but he won't join a club. So he gets tee times. At all, there are a lot of great pay-for-play courses.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
Lots
you
of
got-
them.
Yeah, so he usually gets timed somewhere on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean the Ridge is a fantastic public course.
Yeah.
Fox Hollow, Fossil Trace.
Westwoods.
Yeah, Riverdale Dunes is great.
That's what we're playing on Sunday.
All right, Riverdale's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great golf course.
Green Valley.
Murphy Creek, all
Green
of
Valley Ranch.
Yeah, Green
Buffalo Run.
Yep.
On and on.
Yeah.
So he gets one of those.
That's good. Yeah, because you're at Cherry Creek, right? It's a good golf course.
They raised the dues to $1,000 a month.
I'm at Ravenna. We're at 960. So, I mean,
I don't have to pay dues.
No.
So when I turn 70, you can sell your membership. To somebody who's coming in. So she said, instead of selling the membership, I'll tell you what, it was $50,000 to join. I'll take 30 of that, and your son will have legacy membership paid up.
Okay.
And you will never have to pay dues again. Sweet. So I signed on the dotted line faster than you could say.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
For the past, 7 years, I haven't had to pay dues. So I don't care if they make it $5,000 a month.
Yeah, who cares, right?
Sure, let them all
And
in.
my son got to use his legacy, so he paid half dues until he's 40.
They're making him take a day off every
good.
So I thought it was a great deal.
It is a great deal.
Or he's taking a day off, either one.
Really good.
So
So where do you usually play?
Harris lawyers are
I'll play
either
a couple times a
in
week.
court
So,
or
Really?
on
yeah, I'll
calls.
get out in the evening and play
Ron,
with my son.
or
He
Rob,
plays. I've got a 13-year-old, so B plays baseball though too. So during baseball season, it's a big no-no. But But
Jenny
where's
is
he going
in
to school?
court.
He'll go
Peter
either.
is in
I think
court.
he's going to go to Valor or
and
Mountain Vista.
Big,
He's going back and forth.
one,
Rich,
thank
which
you.
baseball
I knew
team
it
he
started
thinks
with an
he
R.
can make.
He's on a
He
phone
plays
call.
travel baseball, so.
A
My
Zoom
son
call.
is the same thing. He loves baseball.
Probably
He played with
around,
Regis,
in about an
you
hour.
know, and
So we could get
he
Bennett
just
back.
kills the ball. Now,
Okay.
I mean, you know,
Oh yeah.
especially, you know, in Colorado, you don't have big tree areas.
Hey Bennett,
So
we're
wherever he
trying to
hits the
get
ball,
Rich
if you hit
Harris
it
on with
offline,
Harris
it's
Family Law.
300 yards away,
He's on a
it's a
Zoom call
wedge.
right
It's a
now
wedge
for
to
about
the
an
green.
hour, so can I
It's
call
great.
you back
It's amazing
when I get him?
When they have that hand-eye coordination.
Okay,
my
great.
son hadn't played. He didn't get to play all last year.
Oh, I'm trying.
How old is your son?
Brady's 13. He'll be 14 in.
And he's good?
In December. Yeah, he's great. So he hadn't played golf.
Aw.
So
Well,
go
thank
out
you.
early
That's so
July,
sweet.
And he takes a swing at it on the first hole.
Okay,
and just-
no problem.
I mean,
Thank
I
you.
couldn't
Okay, bye.
believe How far the ball went. I was like, buddy, I'm not sure we should be playing baseball. Like, I
Well, you know what
think we
else
should
it
play
is?
golf.
It's the torque.
Yeah.
You know, when we go back, it's like here. When they go back, this shoulder's almost over this shoulder.
Oh yeah.
When
Somebody
you're
likes
13, you're so flexible,
Yep.
and that also adds. That's where the power comes from.
Yep. That's it. That's that tension between your lower body and your upper body and the ability.
About what?
What? What?
Come on. On what site?
Radar Online. Vladimir Putin has only a few days left.
Oh, come on.
It has the best warranty on crimes except
That would be the best thing for Ukraine.
Oh, for sure.
But look it up. I mean, I don't know.
Now, why is that news? Artillery machine gun fire heard near. Of course, they're gonna
for the retirement and
be at the border.
lender fees as well.
So, anyway, where do you take your son? Which course?
We belong to Ravenna out
Oh,
of
you
Waterton
do?
Canyon.
Oh.
Yeah, we're members out there, so we play out there.
Is that new?
And what are your dues?
It's
$960?
like $960 a month.
Oh, okay.
So
Jesus Christ, 960.
oh, they're all. I mean, they're all
$960 a month. What was the initiation?
I
100.
got in. No, I got in for cheap. I got in when it was bankrupt. I got in for
Conditions say you're
now it's
cheap.
Now it's $100.
I just can't believe. Oh my God. Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Waterpros.net will get you the best water systems at the lowest prices. Forever Chemicals, remove them for a $1,200 filter for your entire house. I'm telling you, they have the greatest solutions at the lowest price. 303-862-5554. 862-5554. Waterpros.net. Let's talk to you about your problems, questions, and complaints. We've had a lot going on. I'm going to take Jeff, who has a problem with a car accident. And then we have Brent Ivinson with us at Ideal Home Loans with some real-life examples of how rates are high, yes, but first of all, if you're buying a house, you have no choice. They have the interest rate guarantee, which is great. The only ones doing that. So you get your house, they'll refi it. But they also have some examples. If you have credit card debt, how even with the higher rates you can save some money, and we'll talk about that. Jeff, right now you want to talk about your car accident. What's going on with your 2014 Ford Escape?
Well, Tom, I was in an accident on August the 17th. Got the collision damage all taken care of, but when I went to pick up my car, smoke's pouring out the back end of it. I mean, it looked like it was on fire.
What? This is after you got it out of the body shop?
Correct. And
how'd they fix it so soon? Wait, this was in August. Oh, never mind. It's October. So, okay. So what was the front damage near the engine?
No, it just got rear-ended, but it got rear-ended so hard it tore up the exhaust. I had to get a new exhaust put on it, and a new bumper, and some other stuff on the back, which was done.
So after body work, your car went crazy.
Yes. And the insurance company was
How
saying
many
it's
miles
just
on
not-
this, man?
About 120.
Okay, and it's 2014. Okay.
So anyway, the insurance company are telling me, it's not related, it's not related. And I said, well, I drove it every day prior to the accident, and now I can't drive it. And they said, well, take it to a Ford dealer and have it diagnosed. So I did. And the Ford dealer says, yeah, the block is cracked. And there's, really no correlation between the cracked block and the accident.
No, there isn't. Are you asking if an accident could crack that block?
Yeah, I am.
Hey, get Kevin Calkin on. I don't think so, but what the hell do I know? I mean, I know I know a lot about engines and stuff, but I don't know about that. I don't know if a collision with 120,000 miles on it, oh man, I don't know.
Well, and I get that, but still, I mean, that is quite the coincidence that I drove it every day prior, and now I can't drive it at all. But Ford has even told me, and they even told the insurance company, yeah, that block's no good. They just crack all the time. It was a design flaw.
Well, if that's the case, then it wouldn't be the accident.
And I get that. So I guess what I would like to tell everyone now, if you own a Ford Escape model year 2008 through 2018, you're living on borrowed time. Your guy at Sheridan Auto even told me the same thing.
Oh, wait, you did talk to him already?
Oh, yeah. He said you might want to push it off a cliff. It's no good.
Okay, so you were hoping to get your insurance to pay for it.
Yeah, the insurance is not, and I know that. I'm screwed out of the car, so I guess.
How much will it cost? How much will it cost to fix it? Not worth it.
$10,000.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Kevin Calkin is with us now. He's with Sheridan Auto Tech. By the way, Sheridan Auto Tech, it is a great place. Hey, Kev, I guess you talked to Jeff already, and I'm glad he trusted you enough to call. His 2014 Ford Escape, 120,000 miles, he was rear-ended, and after body repairs, he takes his car out, and it's smoking like hell. The dealer found a cracked block.
Whoa.
That can't come from a collision, can it?
I don't see how you would relate it to an accident. That would be a hard one.
Yeah.
Especially a rear end. I mean, if you were hitting the front, you could make that argument with a motor mount, broke or something.
But here's the deal.
Wow.
Here's the deal. He's telling me, and he said you mentioned it too when he called you, that they have a problem with cracked blocks.
That motor's got inherent problems. Yes, and it's overheating and different things. Yes.
So
but, Ford's not doing anything about it.
Well, with 120,000 miles, what the hell would they do on a 13-year-old car? I mean, not a 13. Exactly. I'm sorry, a 9-year-old car.
Yep. Yeah. No, he's in a hard place with that because you can't find a good used one.
And it's not worth fixing.
No.
Well, why would you buy a used one with a poor design motor? I mean,
well, that's true. You'd buy another problem, right, is what he's saying. Can a block be repaired, Kevin?
If it's cracked, I would say no. I mean, it's just not worth the effort.
Because of the car?
Because of the car and everything that goes with it. And there's just no machine shops anymore.
And again, if you buy a used one, you're still buying a bad engine.
You're buying the same problem, just with less miles. Yep.
Jeff, how long have you had it?
Oh, about 6 years.
Well, at least you got some use out of it. But, man, you're in a bad way.
Brutal.
You know what would have been better, though, if you could have taken the money for the repairs instead of having it repaired.
Well, yes, but see, I didn't know the engine was no good until after it was repaired.
Hindsight, yeah.
God, how much was the repair job? Do you know?
Like $6,000.
That would have been really handy buying another car.
Yeah, no kidding. The insurance did pay for that, and
well, I know, but a lot of good it did you. It's for nothing.
It did me no good. Zero.
Man, too bad.
It still has some minor value, but that's a tough one.
What value would it have, though? I mean, I guess.
Well, you'd be amazed, people buying fixer-uppers and stuff. You get a couple grand out of the car because it's in good shape other than the motor, needs an engine. But that's about
who would buy it? I mean, I'd love to sell it for a couple grand. Are you interested?
No, I'm just saying up on Craigslist. Or
well,
Facebook
if it's a
Marketplace
2014 Ford Escape and it's got body work and everything's working, is the interior nice?
It's very nice. It's a titanium model. It's got every option but a sunroof.
Man, you know what? I mean, somebody for a couple grand, that they could put an engine or fix an engine up for that and have a car for, well, I don't know what a used engine would cost, but...
Yeah, you'd be amazed. There's people out there looking for these projects all the time. So I'd throw it up on one of those or both and just hope for the best. Put it up for $2,800 and hope, because it is a nice little car.
Yeah, leave your number with Kachina in case she decides, or excuse me, someone decides to call us and they're interested in a 2014 Ford Escape. SheridanAutotech.com, by the way, that's Kevin Kalkin, our go-to expert, 303-455-7242.
Identity theft shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, more than $29 billion were stolen last year alone. That's a criminal success story and a wake-up call for everyone else. It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity. LifeLock makes it easy to help protect yourself if you become a victim. A dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. Join now and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com, promo code Clay.
John Fuller is our auto expert, auto accident expert when it comes to personal injury. And I love talking about what you should do in a personal injury claim. It really helps if you're prepared before something happens. Of course, we hope it never happens. But what should you do? Part of it should be taking pictures, any witnesses, getting them, and then calling an attorney. But why? Why would you call an attorney right away? John Fuller, what is your take on this? Why would you?
Hey, Tom. So here's basically the deal. There's two main categories of problems that arise by not getting a hold of us right away. The first one is that let's just say that the cop gets liability wrong, or there's some really material facts that we need to ferret out, like, traffic cameras and stuff like that. I've actually had people call me 3 and 4 and 5 months down the road and say, I know that there's a camera at the intersection and there should be video. By the time 3 or 4 months has gone by, you're never going to get a copy of that video. And so you may lose really important evidence if you just wait too long. The second category, Tom, is we have to be involved to make sure that these insurance companies are being billed appropriately. And I've said it many a time, I believe we can put at least 20% more money in our client's pocket just by being involved early enough to make sure that these insurance companies are billed appropriately and in the right order. So that's it.
Yeah, and you can't go wrong if you call John Fuller, Fuller Law, because you will talk to John Fuller. Yes, you will. The only place you're going to call and talk to the lead attorney right away, and he'll give you his cell phone number to stay in touch by text or phone calls. It's the truth. He only takes as many cases as he can personally work. The number, 303-597-4500. Call right away. It costs you nothing, and if you hire him, it's a percentage fee basis, based on what he collects for you. 303-597-4500. The website is myaccidentlawyer.co. Do you want a screaming deal on plumbing? You won't do any better than EuroPlumbingColorado.net. Listen, I talk about deals all the time. You hear me talk about Water Pros, right? And the water systems. Now I'm talking about water heaters with Europlumbing. In fact, EuroPlumbing.net will get you a great deal on any plumbing repair or service. First of all, water heaters starting at $12.99 for a 40-gallon, $13.99 for a 50-gallon, fully installed, the old one taken out. And if you need a sump pump or a garbage disposal, they say they're going to beat the market by 90%. What, are you kidding me? EuroPlumbingColorado.net. Give them a call. Put them to the test. 303-668-6844.
Do roller coaster stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement.
Nice, ready.
Oh, so if he's left-handed, make him a pitcher. He's guaranteed $5 million a year.
So he plays. He plays second base. He pitches. He plays third base. He plays center field, left field, right field. He plays all over the place. He hit lead off all.
Yeah,
last
13.
Year. Yeah. Oh yeah. 13. Everybody pitches.
Right.
Especially if you play travel ball.
They play every position.
Yeah, they play all over the place, which is great. And the high school coaches like that. They like that you don't. Like we were talking to the Vista coach. He's like, look, I will have 10 kids that show up for tryouts, and they're all shortstops. He's like, that doesn't do me any good.
Right.
He goes, I need somebody I can stick wherever, and it's just so.
Absolutely.
But yeah, but I would love to get him. He's kind of toying with, well, maybe I'll play golf in the fall in high school, and then I'll play baseball in the spring. I'm like, that'd be great.
I'll tell you, golf is no matter where he ends up in life, golf is like having 2 martinis.
Yeah.
You get to interact with people. You're with them for 4 hours.
Yep.
I mean, and let me tell you, my son gets invited to so many business things because, he kills the ball.
Yeah, he kills the
and
ball.
I'd love to have him on their team.
Yeah.
So it's a great, it's a great skill to have.
Yep.
And even if you're a pretty decent golfer, you're going to get invited to a lot of places, and it's a social lubricant. There's no question.
Totally. No, that's the thing. It's like I begged my girls to play, and they never really picked it up. And now they're both studying to go into business. I'm like, you guys.
Where are you girls? How old are they?
They're freshmen at the University of Arizona.
Oh, okay.
So down in Tucson. But yeah. So I was like, guys, now that you're going into business, when you're home, you got to play. You got to get your golf game in order. I said, because if you're a woman and you can hit the ball even remotely well, you will get invited to all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. So. But, it's still golf's not cool. That's the thing. It's just when you're in high school.
What are they studying?
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Jason, what's going on with Bank of America? Jason.
Hey, Tom. Yeah, I have a problem with Bank of America and just looking for some assistance from you on this one. I had a two credit card transactions that were charged to my card after I've reported it as stolen and had the card on hold. That Bank of America went ahead and approved and now can't get a credit from them on those charges.
Wait a minute. Now, are they disputing that it was done after you reported it?
With the agents I have spoken to, no. And I'm not hearing much from the fraud service. I can't get contact with any of the investigators.
How much after? You report, and tell me how it was stolen or when you discovered it. Talk to me about it.
So in March, I was in Cape Town, South Africa, and walking down the street to the local mall to get some groceries for the morning to go back to our Airbnb, and was stopped by a guy on the street in what looked like a government uniform, and he said, you need to go get a pass to walk down the street. We weren't too far from the Parliament building. He said, President's in town today, and there's a pass that everybody has to have or an app on their phone, but you can go to this ATM and you can get the pass that you need. So he directed me over to an ATM, which promptly kept my card and would not eject my card. And so this guy walks up and he says, oh, we've been having problems. You have another card you can try to pry that card out with. So I pulled out another card and went to pry that one out, and the guy pushed me aside, grabbed my credit card, and started running down the street.
What, are you kidding me? Was this, you think this was planned?
Oh, it was completely fraud as I look back at it. 100%.
No, even the pass part?
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%.
No, what I mean is,
looking back at it.
Wait a minute. The whole thing, like the cop telling you to go get a pass and all of that was all
100% fraud. In fact, when I walked into the convenience store that was right there in that parking lot, she goes, oh, that was fraud. It's like everyday occurrence.
In other words, the police officer is in on it.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to say police officer. I'll say a government official, official-looking shirt, name badge, radio.
Okay.
Paramilitary gear.
So he's working with somebody. He's working with somebody who hangs out near the ATM.
They're all working together. Yep. So I.
But how do they get the ATM to eat your card?
Well, that's what I don't know. I'm running after the guy down the street and looked back, and I see a guy around the back of the ATM machine opening it up.
What?
Yeah. So, foreign country. So what do you do?
Right? Wow. I wonder if the ATM is even fake.
Oh, it 100% could have been.
Anyway, so the short story is your card was taken.
Two cards taken. Both of them Bank of America cards, 2 different accounts.
And were they both used?
They were both used. So I quick make it back to our Airbnb, call Bank of America, get an agent on the phone, charges on both cards already. We cancel the one account. He just eliminates all the charges. He eliminates all the charges on the other card. But the problem
How long did it take you to call?
10 minutes.
And in 10 minutes, there were charges in 10 minutes?
Right. This was a planned event.
How many charges were there?
I think there was 2 on the one card and 3 on the other.
What were they? I mean, how much?
They were all under $100. But Bank of America had no problems removing those.
Then why did they keep the other 2 on there if they know it was stolen and they admit it was...
No. They did not keep those on there. So what happened is one of the cards was canceled. The other card, we opted to put a hold on it rather than canceling it because we still needed to get back to the U.S., and that was the only other credit card I had with me.
But wait a minute.
So
wait a minute. I thought you said they took both of them.
They did, both cards. But I still have the account in like my Uber account, in my airlines account.
Oh,
that card is still active in some of my travel accounts.
Wait a minute. So you did... Wait. You can't both report it stolen and still use it.
Which is why I put a hold on the card so that if I would call back in and remove the hold, or actually, through the Bank of America app, I can put a hold on the account so no charges should be approved. That's what the agent told me.
It's a freeze.
So that if we got into a situation where I'm at the airport and I have an extra fee to come back into the U.S. for some reason, I could take the hold off, make a transaction, and put the hold back on.
Yeah. It's called a card freeze, right?
Exactly. So that's what we do. We get back to the States. 2 days later, I call into Bank of America. We cancel the card. Everything looks good. My next statement, 2 charges come through.
But when were they
during the time that card was on hold? So March 2nd is when we put the card on hold. March 4th is when the charges were approved.
Why did they do that? Because the charges were made...
Every agent I have talked to says that should not have happened. However, they say the reason it probably happened was because the card was presented at the point of sale.
That's right, yeah.
So since the card was present, it was approved, even though it was on hold.
So the hold part is what screws you, because you really didn't cancel it. I'm telling you.
Right.
They could have issued you a virtual card for what you needed, but...
If only the agent had known that.
Yeah, but...
As he said, the only thing they could do is FedEx it to me overnight.
What I want to know is how much were the charges? How much were the charges?
Well, the total credit that Bank of America originally gave me was over $11,000.
Wait, you just said there were a few charges, right?
There's 2 charges.
Wait.
So there was one for over $5,000 and one for just under $5,000.
Oh.
And then a bunch of foreign transactions.
Okay, I'm talking about, I don't care about what they did. I care about what they didn't do. What charges are still yours?
$11,485.
$11,400. So these people... So you got an $11,000 credit plus 2 other charges for $11,000 were on there?
No, total charges that they did on the card that Bank of America approved was at $11,400.
So you got zero credit then, ultimately.
Correct, because they reversed the credit that the original agent gave me.
Why?
The letter says that I can call them and get more information, which I cannot do.
What about on the other card? Wait. I'm confused, man. You canceled one card out now and put a hold on the other, right?
Correct.
The one you
Canceled
can't...
card, no problem.
On the canceled card, were there any charges?
No.
The only charges...
Not that showed up on my statement.
So the only charges that showed up were on the card that you had put on hold.
Correct.
Tom, this is a perfect case for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
I know it is.
They will, Jason, if you get in touch with them, this is exactly what it was set up to do.
No, they absolutely do it, and they do it
especially for $11,000.
But now listen, everybody we've sent there so far, everybody has been helped. And I just heard, by the way, their funding was being challenged in the Supreme Court. Did you hear that?
Yeah, because of the way that it was set up.
I love this agency. It's the one that works, and they're challenging. Who's challenging the way it's funded?
Probably the Republicans, because it was a
like an executive order.
No. What's her name? Pocahontas.
Yeah, Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth Warren set it up, and so I think that the Republicans have a beef with her. So this is what they're trying to do.
Listen, if you go to listen to where you go. It's one of the best government agencies we've ever dealt with. consumerfinance.gov.
Got it.
Now, when you go there, on the front page, look in the top right, and there's a link to submit a complaint. Be very brief about this. I would not get into a lot of detail about two cards, okay? I would say simply this is all I would say. One of my credit cards was stolen while I was traveling. Ripped right out of my hand. And I called immediately to put a hold on it and to report it stolen. And then 2 charges came up after that, and they refused to give me a credit. It's that simple. The hold does screw things up a little technically. Technically, they're not supposed to let that card be used with a hold, even if they presented the card. So I think they're full of crap, okay? They're just looking for an excuse. But I will say this. There's another thing you can do, too, if this doesn't work, and that would be, I would literally take Bank of America. They have a registered agent in Colorado. I would take them to small claims court for at least $7,500. You're not going to get the whole 11. Or you go to county court. But I don't see how you lose this. If you can document you called in time, that's the only part I have a problem with. Are they going to deny you called?
Well, I have recordings of phone calls with agents who have confirmed that when the charges were
But is there a timestamp on those calls?
My recordings, I have those, and the agents are telling me that they are looking at my account and seeing that there was a hold on my account when Bank of America approved the charges, which is why the agents originally gave me the credit.
I don't see how the hell why they reversed it. It just doesn't make sense to me.
But
every phone call is timestamped, Tom. If you look on your recent calls, everyone has a timestamp.
All right, listen. It's consumerfinance.gov. And then please call us back, and then we'll help you with the small claims part if you need it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Elite Garage Floors. Remember, if you want the best in garage floors, the lowest price, they're polyaspartic coatings, or for your pool decks, patios, walkways, concrete porches, and steps, it's EliteGF.com.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
We're back to calm driving throughout the Denver Metro for the most part for that 11 o'clock hour commute. I-25 north and southbound, no major complaints through town. Be advised, I-25 southbound, the on-ramps from Lincoln and Broadway remain closed until Saturday the 14th as crews work on replacing sewer lines. I-70 east and westbound, it's easy driving from the foothills to DIA and back again. Through Commerce City, I-270 eastbound, some brief slowdowns around I-76. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, fair skies at the moment. We're expecting some clouds to roll in with a 20% chance of scattered showers. High of 76 degrees, overnight low of 43, tomorrow high 58. The current temperature in Denver is 69 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
The Art of Granite will give you a price on the phone for your countertop project. That's important. Theartofgranite.com. They're so proud of their deals, they'll give you a price. Very seldom do any places do this for you. But the Art of Granite will do it. And by the way, they do more than granite. The name says the Art of Granite, but they do all natural stone, engineered stone, veneers, any countertop material you want, solid surface they do. You call them theartofgranite.com, 303-386-5919, 303-386-5919. They tear on Holloway free. They do the bathroom vanity free when you do the kitchen, or you can ask for a free kitchen sink instead. Theartofgranite.com, 386-5919. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, drains. When I need a dependable tech to my home for $39, I get Fix It 24/7. They come with an eye in mind of fixing the problem, not trying to sell you something, not slam, bam, thank you. And they also look for preventive measures to keep your house in great shape. So they have a drain division as well, no subcontractors. So whatever you have, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, drains, call the $39 people. If you have the work done, they credit you the $39, so the call is free. Fix It 24/7. 720-526-3939.
Are you still living at your place over in Cherry Creek? The country club?
I still have a house there, yeah.
Yeah, and then splitting time between there and Stephanie's place?
No, I just use that for business. I'm using it just so I have, because it's a 401k, basically, because it's gone up so much in value. The only reason we kept a piece of real estate is because of all the money we made with it, and then we would sell it, and I'd get the exclusion and keep another one. So this is my third residence since I've been married, but I just keep it as a primary.
Yep.
Now, when I have my kids, I stay there, so I don't have to worry about Stephanie's house,
for sure.
And Bonnie Bray. And then also, I have my studio there. It's really cool. It's a good base of operation.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to have. And we have guests in town. With my sisters, my family, they stay there.
Nice. Yeah, that's the place you had landmark. Man, did you time that perfect?
Jesus Christ, just in time.
I mean,
I made $700 on that.
I remember talking about it.
I can't believe I did.
No, it's crazy.
What, we on a house?
On a condo.
Yeah.
Frank broke all records in that place.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I haven't talked to Frank. I normally talk to him every so often.
Do you know why I moved, Doc?
Why?
It was paid for, right?
Yeah.
You know what it cost me to stay there paid for? In homeowners fees, it was $30,000.
What?
The HOA now is $3,000 a month.
Wow.
Oh, it's crazy.
That's nuts.
$3,000 a month
For
for
an
the
apartment.
HOA.
That's crazy.
That's not taxes.
I know, that's crazy for an apartment.
Taxes were another $2,000. It was $5,000. It's $60,000 a month to live there.
Wow.
With when you're paid, a year paid.
Yeah.
That's when you're paid.
Yeah.
No mortgage.
That's crazy.
It's nuts. It's crazy how expensive.
I don't know why anybody pays it. How'd they get so far? Is Skippy still there?
Oh yeah, Skippy's still there. He bought a new place. He bought a bigger place on the west side on the top floor. I mean, it's beautiful. It's awesome. It is. I mean,
no, it's a beautiful building. My condo is beautiful, but man alive, it ain't fucking worth that much.
No, it's
the HOA. Okay, you get trash, you get what? Parking, concierge.
Yeah. You get the pool, the workout stuff.
You can pull up and they'll take care of. I mean, they'll pull your groceries out.
Yeah, but not for $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month.
Oh yeah, no.
It's $3,000 a month now for that size condo.
Wow.
The small. I mean, you're still going to spend $2,800 for a smaller one, but I mean, it's too much money.
Yeah.
And they don't have a good management. When East West was managing it, they did a good job. But man, once they went to self-management, because you got a couple fucking kooks there that control everything with their proxies, they're stupid. They're stupid, and they just see the problem with condos when you have one or two crazy owners that control everything.
It's that old theory that power corrupts, and when people get into power of the HOA, they go nuts. It changes them somehow.
This is the second condo development I've noticed is where they get proxies, right? Which means that one person could literally have vote whatever they want, new carpet in the lobby, whatever. They have enough proxies. Now, you would think, well, let's get these proxies spread around. Let's talk to the people that gave them proxies and say, do you know what you're doing? You're hurting yourself, right? Except once they get in there with the proxy, they pass laws or bylaws that you can't contact other owners more than a certain amount with mass emails. You can't solicit. So if you stood at the elevator and gave out pamphlets, like if you've given a proxy to someone, at least take a look at what they're doing. In other words, you can't get the power back because they've made it impossible. They won't give a mailing list. So you would have to go and, I don't know how you would do it, out in the parking lot or something. You'd have to find the people who gave away their proxies. And most people don't give a shit.
Right.
Yeah, most of them are there halftime.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This is Quit. That's how you pronounce your name, Quit. What's happening?
Yeah, Tom, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
Well, in December 2017, I bought a flex apartment down in Gulfport, Mississippi.
In Mississippi, what city?
Yes, Gulfport.
Rockport.
No,
Gulfport. When did you buy that?
December 2017.
Okay, so what's going on with it?
And about 3 months ago, I started for sale the property, and the agent find out there's the lien on the property.
Well, hold on. You have a lien on what? Who put the lien on there?
It's the old owner when I bought this home.
Okay, you bought it from an owner, and then that owner had a lien that he didn't pay, or was it from somebody he had hired and not paid?
No, I think it's they find out he got an SBA loan on, and then
so the guy that sold you the condo, he had an SBA loan, and part of it was a lien on the condo?
Yes.
Was this like a mortgage, or was it like just how did the SBA get a lien on his condo?
That's what I don't know. So that's why I need your help.
Okay. Hold on. I need to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
When you bought this, it sounds like you paid cash for it, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Because otherwise, Brent Ivinson is with Ideal Home Loans. Brent, had he gone through a title company and through a bank, they would have required title insurance, which would have found this.
Yeah, so the way those SBA loans work, they're typically cross-collateralized against your house. It's a loan that the borrower themselves own, but they use your house as collateral to backstop it if you don't pay it. So yes, a title company would typically pick up that lien and see that, and then that would have been deducted out of the proceeds from the seller when he sold to Quit.
let me ask you something, okay? This is really important. That doesn't mean they're allowed to cheat you. That guy committed fraud that sold you this. But was the loan ever paid off and they just forgot to release the lien?
No, I think he in bankruptcy. And
okay.
Yeah.
So he went bankrupt, and what they did was they went after the collateral. Right?
I'm not.
Well, that's what they did. Yeah, of course they did. He had collateral on there, and they went after it.
Yeah, but I do have the title company, Old Chicago National.
Wait. No. You closed maybe at a time. Did you get title insurance?
Yes, I did.
Why did you get? I'm just curious. Why did you get title insurance? Because when you pay cash, nobody requires it. Why did you get it?
Well, because we the Keller Williams agent is closing on that deal. I didn't go directly to the owner, but I bought from the Keller Williams agent.
Well, was that Keller Williams agent your buyer's agent or the seller's agent?
Buyer.
And there was a selling agent too?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who listed that property for sale?
Keller Williams.
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. Did you have a buyer's agreement with Keller Williams?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so in other words, they were listing the property and you went and talked to the person listing it?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so you were not represented?
No.
Okay, that's a problem too. Okay? Here's the thing. Oh, man. Here's the problem. Brent, maybe you can help me out, but here's what I'm thinking. If that guy went bankrupt, there's no fraud, he went bankrupt, and the Small Business Administration did what they were supposed to do. There's no fraud here. This is all happening the way it's supposed to happen. Now, you do have a loss as a result of it, and the guy did not, so even though it's not fraud, he still breached his selling contract to you because he didn't sell you something. You can go after him, but he's in bankruptcy. So this is a mess.
I would start with the title company that was involved on the seller's side and with Keller Williams.
Yes.
They were both aware. They would have had to have seen the lien.
Just talking to the mic.
They would have had to have seen the lien somewhere.
Okay. Here's the deal. That lien, if you have title insurance, they should have picked up on it. Did you call the title company?
Yeah, they seem like they said, "Oh, I will hire the clean company to clean the lien out." But
quit.
Wow.
Quit. I'm asking you, do you actually have title insurance?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you have a policy number and you have what's called a search, right? You have all of that. Can you send that to us?
Yes, I will.
Okay, that's what we need. In fact, we need all of your closing docs. Do you have your closing docs from 2017?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now here's what I want to know. You just found out about the lien when?
When I tried to sell the property and then saw the buyer, they want to buy it, and then they find out there's a lien on it.
But they've never tried to foreclose on that lien in 6 years.
No.
That lien could be falling off. We need to get our real estate attorney on as well. Hold on a second, all right? Just hold on and we'll try to figure this one out.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Easy driving throughout the Denver Metro as we get closer to the noon hour. Your usual brief slowdowns into downtown. I-25 southbound, we're seeing speeds in the 40s and 50s between I-70 and Spear. Up on the northeast end, your usual stop-and-go traffic. I-270 westbound approaching Vasquez. Further east, DIA I-70 eastbound, speeds in the 40s and 50s between 225 and Pena Boulevard. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, fair skies, a couple clouds rolling in through the afternoon, high of 76 with a 20% chance of scattered showers. Overnight low of 43. Tomorrow, much cooler, high of only 58. The current temperature is 70 degrees with your impact traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Want to save big on custom faux wood blinds, shutters, cellular shades, and more? Shop Blindster today and save up to 50% over comparable blinds from brick and mortar stores. Get custom blinds at low prices and free shipping at Blindster.com.
Simply Floors Inc. will get you floor coverings at great prices, great installers, and expert knowledge of what you need and where you need it. That's what I love about Simply Floors. Buddy and Karen Mitchell are the experts, and they can steer you in the right direction. And they deal with Proximity Mills, which has a vast selection of vinyl tile, luxury vinyl planking. They also have carpeting, hardwoods, engineered floors, laminates, everything you need at great prices. And remember, the best installers in the business, simplyfloorsinc.com, 303-731-5380. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney, and again, I hope you never need him, but I will tell you, you'll be happy he's there if you're charged with anything, and a DUI, for example. Now listen, of course you can avoid this, but some people just make stupid mistakes, or they need an attorney, or they need to refer someone. Don't shop under pressure. Joe Lazzara, flat rate pricing after free initial consultations. 303-429-6200, 429-6200. Lazzara, Lazzara. You can find him at referralist.com.
The annoying runny nose, the constant sneezing, the itchiness, and battle just to catch your breath. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, sinusitis, or nagging sinus congestion, there's a
natural, easy-to-use solution that can help provide fast, drug-free relief. It's called Navage, and it uses powered suction to rinse your nasal passages in seconds. Millions of people use Navage daily to help provide relief from seasonal allergies and sinus congestion. Medications treat the symptoms, but Navage treats the problem at the source, flushing out the allergens and pollen trapped in your nose. Navage also helps wash out airborne bacteria, dust, dirt, and viruses quickly and painlessly, so you can get back to breathing clearly again. Say good.
Hey, Quit, what is your phone number?
Hello to better breathing with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com.
Okay, our real estate attorney is in court today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to reschedule for you for tomorrow. Are you available at, say, 10 o'clock a.m.? Perfect. Okay, I'm going to try to line you both up at that time, and I will let you know, okay? Thank you so much. My name's Kelly. Yes. No, I'll call you once I get him lined up. I'll call you, okay?
Doc, what time's the next break?
Excuse me?
What time's the next break?
Yes, that would be great. If you want to go ahead and send that to us at
11:57 and 12:06.
help at
Oh, there is? Okay.
troubleshooter.com.
Yeah.
That would
Might as well wait.
Yeah, I got to duck out then because I got to get to a loan closing.
At
purchase closing.
Troubleshooter, all one word, .com. Perfect. Perfect. And I will line this up for tomorrow and we'll let you know, okay? Thanks so much. Okay, no problem. Bye.
I don't have time to fail. Homeowners rely on me, so I rely on Beacon. Beacon's unique network of branches work together to get me what I need and when I need it. Every branch works together. And with the Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like Certainty Landlord Pro, right at my fingertips. And now through November, purchase Certainty with Beacon Pro Plus, web or app, and earn up to $750. Beacon, always building. This is Steve Powers here for Polestar Denver with the Polestar Electric. Polestar 2
I don't either. The bigger question is going to be when it comes to this shutdown in mid-November, do they draw a line in the sand and turn it into a big pissing match? I mean, I think the Republicans are going to demand that the spending stops. You want to know what our inflation problem is? Our government won't stop spending money. They just keep spending and spending and spending. It's like, we're never going to get this under control.
I think there's a good chance, really better than 50-50, that Trump's going to be the next president.
Oh, I think so too, because I think people are so fed up of everything.
Yeah, but I think there's more Trump derangement syndrome than there is.
Well, like my friend was saying, all the Jews that voted for the Democrats are going to vote for the Republicans because of this.
I've said this before. Liberals have a high tolerance for pain and being kicked in the ass. They don't fucking admit when they're wrong. They just keep voting the same way. Look at California. Just look at their record.
But
they never ever vote out anything.
But look at the effect that the Jewish population has with Israel.
Independents that sway elections. Democrats never change their vote. They never fucking change.
I think the Jewish contingent is going to change their votes based on my friends that are talking about it.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Stan, what is your comment? Go ahead,
Thanks
Stan.
so much for calling the Tom Martino Show.
Yeah, you know how you guys had squatters, like if you went on vacation and they come in, they broke in your house, and then they would squat. There is a guy that I just found out that he started a company, and that company, you would apparently hire him, or not actually hire him, you would sign a year lease with him. He would then come in and make sure that the squatters leave by doing crazy things like playing stereo all night, bringing in dogs, cats, or whoever, whatever, and getting the squatters to leave.
What is it called?
I don't know. That's the only. But I just heard about it. I just now heard about it, and I figured you guys would be able to figure that out.
Well, we'll try to figure it out. Right. Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans.
Perfect.
Talk about credit card consolidation.
Yeah, so, what you have to look at, some of these credit cards are as high as 30% is the interest rate that you're paying. It's compounded daily. So we were talking about off air. We have a client of ours right now that we're working on a refinance for. They're consolidating over 50 accounts that they have. They're saving over $3,000 a month. So, mind you, they're giving up their low mortgage rate, but what they're going to save in total interest...
But what difference does it make if you're getting rid of high interest debt?
It doesn't. And that's where I think consumers need to understand that if you're carrying a lot of high interest debt, you're never going to get out of the hamster wheel on it.
You'll be in debt for 60 years.
Yeah, you'll be in debt forever. So to take it one step further, they have the ability to take part of what we're saving them, apply it towards their new mortgage. They're going to pay less total interest because of how fast they're going to accelerate this mortgage payoff.
Than with a lower rate.
And not to mention what they save on their credit cards.
When we say purchase money, of course, people are getting loans still. They need purchase money. And Ideal Home Loans, the only ones that will do the interest rate guarantee, 303-867-7000. But here's another thing. If you're consolidating credit card debt, you absolutely, positively can save money, even though it appears like you're paying more, because the credit card debt will now be at a lower rate. Now your mortgage will be at a higher rate, but the blended rate of all of your debt will be lower. So you got to really put some paper and pencil to it to figure it out. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Hey, Rick, you want to talk about eviction? We're running out of time. Can you hang on and I'll help you out?
Yes, you can. Yes, I can.
All right, Rick, thank you very much. All right, we got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-TALK is our number, 713-8255. Been lied to, cheated, ripped off, need help. We want to help you, and all you have to do is call. That's 303-713-8255. Did you say I had to run?
Yeah, I got to get to a closing.
I get it, bro. All
Yeah,
right.
no, thanks. It's great to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, too,
See you,
Doc.
Brent.
See you, buddy.
Take care.
Enjoy playing golf on Sunday.
You too.
Where'd you guys say you're playing?
Riverdale.
Yeah, Riverdale. You love it. It's a good place. Good to see you, Tom. Thanks.
Well, I'll tell you that thing. I would definitely press that if I were Brent. That the customer for life. That's an incredible deal.
Yeah.
Not have to pay stuff when you refinance.
KRFX HD2 Denver. KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free. Never sounded so good.
ABC News, I'm Will Carr. Following the deadly Hamas terrorist attacks in southern Israel, reports that Israeli defense forces and Iranian-backed Hezbollah militants have exchanged fire to the north near the Lebanon border. ABC News contributor Mick Mulroy is the former Deputy Assistant Defense Secretary for the Mideast.
Hezbollah has significant military capacity.
Fucking Palestinian flag outside of this one congresswoman's office. Jesus, these fucking people are just slapping Jews in the face.
They may be trying to put the Israeli forces in
Democrat Michigan, Rashida Tlaib, has been displaying the Palestinian flag outside of her office. She's part of the squad.
And we're going to be working on this all through today and beyond.
House Republicans are voting today in closed-door deliberations to decide on a nominee for Speaker of the House. This is ABC News. NASA announced samples collected from an asteroid and delivered to Earth last month.
God almighty.
All right, players. I have every segment except the last two in here because Sia started just acting weird the last 10 minutes. But yeah, you have everything but the last two segments.
Oh, thank you, good sir. Yeah. Have fun till next time.
Yes.
Hi, Jeff.
See ya.
Look, she posted a fucking flag with her smiling in front of it. God almighty. These people have no fucking sense. If that doesn't enrage Jews, I just don't get it.
Were you talking to me or to the?
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh.
I'm talking in general. How fucking stupid is that?
What's that?
That one member of the squad, that one of her, what's her name, Tlaib, somebody.
Oh yeah.
She has a Palestinian flag outside her office, and she's smiling, posing with it, saying she doesn't condemn them. I mean,
Well, the problem is, if you believe in free speech.
No, I know.
I know. I agree with you. It's sick.
That they should have consequences, though.
And since then, you've worked incredibly hard to submit your role. You've been an important asset to the team, but I don't think you can be an intern here anymore.
I'll be able to grab anything.
We want to hire.
You're serious?
Absolutely. Find your next great employee. Introduce yourself to the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
I won't let you down.
I know. Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
KHOW News Time, 12:03.
The Israel-Hamas war has scammers jumping into action, trying to steal money from those who want to hear.
Oh, of course.
A former member of the Israeli military who now lives in Colorado, Natan Ashkenazi, spoke with Fox 31.
They're trying to intercept funds, and they're using all these tactics to make it seem like these are valid Israelis asking for donations.
Experts advise vetting charitable or fundraising outfits through the Denver Foundation or GuideStar for authenticity. A groundbreaking. Dozens of homeless seniors will have their own apartment building on Federal Boulevard to move into next year.
We do have people who become stable, they potentially reconnect with family, or they become employed.
The city, one of the development partners, contributing more than $5 million to that project. That's the latest. I'm David Cahill. Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Boost Infinite.
Easy driving throughout the Denver metro as we get closer to the noon hour. Your usual brief slowdowns into downtown. I-25 southbound is seeing speeds in the 40s and 50s between I-70 and Spear. Up on the northeast end, your usual stop-and-go traffic. I-270 westbound approaching Gaston. Further east, VIA I-70 eastbound speeds in the 40s and 50s between 25 and Pena Boulevard. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, clear skies, couple clouds rolling in through the afternoon, high at 76 with a 20% chance of scattered showers. Overnight low of 43. Tomorrow, much cooler, high of only 58. The current temperature is 70 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 K-House.
Hey, if you're thinking of getting the latest iPhone, you need to stop and check out the wireless offer from Boost Infinite. For more, just pick up your phone and dial pound 250 and say Boost Infinite. That's pound 250 and Boost Infinite. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from this station's network.
This is Steve Powers here for Polestar Denver, where the deals are electric. Take delivery on the new 2024 Polestar 2 today. Lease a Polestar 2 and take advantage of the $8,500 clean vehicle credit. We are also taking orders today on the new Polestar 3. We have inventory on the ground.
So Mark and Susan gone for, what, a week or so? 2 weeks? Wow. Do you know when the station's going to be closed for Christmas? They usually do it like Christmas. Christmas is on Monday. It's on a Monday. So they close that whole week or the week before. They close for 1 week or 2 weeks, usually.
I don't think they close Christmas Eve,
Which is Sunday. That's not a big deal.
They'll probably close Friday.
And probably the week of the 25th, right?
They don't do a whole week, do they?
Yeah, I thought they did last year.
Can you believe how fast this year's gone?
How what?
How fast this year?
Tom, I'm telling you, the older you get, it's like
15 seconds, guys.
Einstein's principle of relativity.
Enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. That's check. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Yeah.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. If you're looking for high-efficiency heating and air, 888heating.com. They're even selling heat pumps for those with solar systems. It's a great option to augment your gas furnace. But high efficiency will save you money each and every month. And you're getting the best deals at 888heating.com. They specialize in retrofitting these. 303-770-2776. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Tom, you know, we're talking about saving money. I filled up my tank this morning, $2.82 for gas.
Do you know what?
$3.
I was in California over the weekend. It was nearly $7 a gallon.
Wow.
It was $6.79.
And here, literally $2.82.
Why is this so much there? Taxes? I don't know.
That's part of it.
No, I'm serious. I was looking at it, and it was over $100. I mean, I had a rental car, and I'm thinking, what is going on? It's $6.79.
Wow.
It was $6.79 a gallon, and here it's $2.88.
$2.82.
Anyway, 303-713-TALK. I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. We have Rick with us.
Yes.
And Rick, you have a question about eviction. What's going on, Rick?
Yes, my son, we adopted him. He's 32 years old,
Yeah.
and and my wife's going to let him move in, but he's one of these know-it-all lawyers that don't know nothing. He's a felon.
Is he? He's not really a lawyer. You're saying that facetiously, right?
Correct.
Okay, so he's moving in with you?
Right.
Okay.
And we kicked him out before years ago, and now he's coming back. Now, there's got to be an easier way than him saying, well, now you got to evict me because I'm not leaving.
Well, there is no easier way. No matter what, he's going to establish a residency there. No matter what you do, no matter what you have him sign, it's going to be a residency of some kind.
Okay, so I'm he moves in, and we're got the shorter end of the stick, basically.
Why is he moving in?
He got kicked out where he was living because his mouth was argument. He's very argumentative.
Tell me, what does this guy do for a living?
Since he's nothing really, he goes from job to job. He keeps the job for about 2 weeks to 3 weeks, and then he gets fired because of his mouth.
He's a bum.
Correct.
My God. Look, we have our real estate attorney coming on the air, tomorrow? Correct. And hold on, we might ask him, because there might be a way, since he's going to establish a residency anyway, there might be a way to limit the residency. For example, you can do it maybe week to week or day to day. I don't know. But you might run afoul with the law if you did a day to day, because that's a short-term rental. And I believe because of Airbnb, some municipalities are requiring special permits for that. We got to figure this out. It's not as easy as you think, Rick.
No, I know that. We had to go through.
Why are you? Let me ask you that. Are you doing this because of your wife?
Because my wife's got a big heart and thinks he's going to change. And I want to hit. I want to hit it off at the.
Are you going to be charging him? Are you going to be charging him any kind?
Rent?
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Oh man.
Never charge. I guess we can, but I don't know.
That's what we have to ask our attorney about. What I'm going to try to do is figure out a way for the shortest tenancy that's legally allowed that you can do. Because, I don't know, especially with the guy being a smartass,
It's a messed up law as far as I'm concerned. You figure,
How'd you get him out last time?
Basically, I had to go to Adams County Courthouse and get a letter of quit. And then they said, now, once you give them that letter to quit, then you have to, if he doesn't
so you basically did an eviction.
Right. I went, but they said that if he doesn't leave on that letter, then you bring that letter back because it's showing that you did do something, and then we'll have to set up a court date and go through that. And then set up an eviction or whatever you got to do. And I'm not sure if I can give him an eviction notice, or do I have to hire some kind of...
No, you can give him an eviction notice. What you can't do is serve him for the hearing if he doesn't leave. Like if you give him an eviction notice, and then you give him it's either a 10-day or a 3-day, or there's all different notices depending on the tenancy, and that's what we're going to try to figure out. Then if he doesn't leave, that's when you have to serve him, and you're not allowed to do that.
So who does that?
You have to hire a process server. Now, once he is Once, or you get someone independent.
Uh-huh.
No.
Could his wife serve him?
No.
Why not?
Because she's a landlord
Oh.
with the husband. What they can do, though, is so then once he's served, then he has to show up for the hearing. And at the hearing, you either get a default judgment if they don't show, or if they do show, there's usually no argument because there's no argument they can make. I mean, you're evicting them. So once you evict them, then you get an order of eviction. Then you have to wait a certain number of days for that to get a writ of restitution. Then after that, you got to give that to the sheriff, who waits a certain number of days. I mean, you're going to, no matter what, you're buying yourself a month or two of this guy after you decide to get rid of him.
Right. That's what I'm trying to stop, but I guess that's...
I don't think you can. You know what? I don't really think you can. I mean, we'll ask our attorney tomorrow, and if you hang on, we'll get your phone number and call you back, and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
All right, and we'll get you some legal advice. He's not available right now, so we're going to get him on tomorrow, and he's also going to talk to Quit, who bought a condo and found out there was a lien on it. That's a major issue. I feel sorry for this guy. And then we have Bill, who we said we were going to talk, Bennett, we were going to get Harris Family Lawn, and that's tomorrow as well, right?
We're going to have to reschedule it for tomorrow. They're going back to court.
Yeah, so we got a very busy day for tomorrow because Bennett, his granddaughter's pregnant. The boyfriend now, they want to know what rights will he have. And as far as I know, biological parents have all the rights of any parent. And unless they're dangerous or you can prove that they are totally, it wouldn't be for the best interest of the child. But believe me, that doesn't just mean you don't like him, or he's going out with other women, or he's even sometimes doing drugs. I swear to God. I mean, it's amazing what courts will let parents get away with. It is amazing to me. But HarrisFamilyLaw.com is the people we call about this stuff. And in fact, what you can do is have your daughter go on the website where they have the webinars to see if this has ever been addressed. They have an index of all their free webinars at HarrisFamilyLaw.com/webinars. In fact, you'll find out about tonight's webinar as well. They have them every Wednesday. So it's HarrisFamilyLaw.com/webinars.
Identity theft shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, more than $29 billion were stolen last year alone. That's a criminal success story and a wake-up call for everyone else. It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity. LifeLock makes it easy to help protect yourself if you become a victim. A dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. Join now and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com, promo code Clay.
Fix It 24/7 for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And now they have this extreme clean special for just $39. When I say $39 special, I promise you, they spend way more than an hour, sometimes two. They practically take the furnace apart to the extent they can. They refurbish it. They lay the parts out. They clean them. They adjust everything. And they give you a no breakdown guarantee. You'll never get this service for this price anywhere. It's for new customers only. They want to show you what they can do. You can depend on them to come to your home. $39 extreme clean and tune. That's Fix It 24/7. 720-526-3939. Get it done. Made in the Shade is the place you want to go when you have a need for window coverings. They will do the window coverings you need at great prices, and they're a complete one-stop shop. They come and they measure and estimate every opening free. Then they even have temporary shades they can loan you until yours come in. They have an in-house designer to help you pick the right stuff, and then in-house installers to come and make sure it's done right. One-stop shopping, all the window coverings you need, no matter what they are, made in the shade. That's denvershades.co. 720-458-6566. 720-458-6566. denvershades.co. Okay, I just gave out Harris Family Law's website for the webinar information. That's where you can go and find out about the webinars every Wednesday and then look at the past ones that are indexed. It's harrisfamilylaw.com/webinars. But I also want to tell you about Harris Family Law and their services they do, like collaborative law. What that means is they will work with the other side and agree not to file any motions and to talk everything out to keep your prices down. In fact, they do unbundled services as well, which means they can handle any aspect of your divorce. Maybe you just need one thing taken care of. It's called an unbundled service to save you money. Call them, 303-515-5000, harrisfamilylaw.com.
Done right.
I think it's interesting that these guys buy time on your show without having you represent them, because you represent so many, and they're taking advantage of your audience without paying.
Well, I know, but there's still
nothing you can do.
But it's supporting the show.
Yeah.
How much time do I have? Okay, let me see if I can make it.
The annoying runny nose, the constant sneezing, the itchiness, and battle just to catch your breath. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, sinusitis, or nagging sinus congestion, there's a natural, easy-to-use solution that can help provide fast, drug-free relief. It's called Navage, and it uses powered suction to rinse your nasal passages in seconds. Millions of people use Navage daily to help provide relief from seasonal allergies and sinus congestion. Medications treat the symptoms, but Navage treats the problem at the source, flushing out the allergens and pollen trapped in your nose. Navage also helps wash out airborne bacteria, dust, dirt, and viruses quickly and painlessly, so you can get back to breathing clearly again. Say goodbye to sinus suffering and hello to better breathing with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Imagine never worrying about pipe leaks from corrosion, pinholes, hammering, freezing, low pressure. Old houses need repiping, and there's only one place to call for the best. It's clean, low prices, and tech. Seamless piping. They even repair drywall to match. And clean your house with ease. You'll love worry-free plumbing and increasing the value of your home with Euro Plumbing. Colorado.net. 203-668-6844. EuroPlumbingColorado.net.
Upgrade your home with Lifetime Windows and Siding today and experience the ultimate in quality and savings. Featuring top-of-the-line Infinity to Martin windows, Lifetime offers only the best for your home. Right now, buy one window and get another 50% off with no payments for 2 years. Plus, Lifetime's industry-leading Lifetime Cares commitment protects your investment for the long haul. Transform your home today with the experts you can trust. Call 720-740-8054 or visit lifetimewindows.com.
Visit to the boat champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Avalanche begin their season on the road against the Kings. Flyers facing Caleb Jones from the Hurricanes for Callahan Burke on Tuesday. The Broncos heading to Thursday's game against the Chiefs on a 15-game losing streak against their division rivals dating back to 2015. A pair of dynamic rookies will be out from extended amount of time. Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson and Dolphins running back Devon Achane will go through stints on injured reserve. I'm Frank Ayers.
Everything you love about Mercedes, the style, the comfort, the technology, the choice, is now available in electric. The vehicles, all electric. The feeling, all Mercedes. The choice, all yours. Learn more. MBUSA.com/EQ.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios.
10 seconds here, buddy.
Fiduciary Advisors, TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Hey, Bob, what's going on, man?
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing good. What's going on in your life?
I've been listening to you for 40 years.
Well, man, I love it. You were a young person.
Way back when Alan Berg was on, you know.
Oh, God,
back in the
yes.
day.
That's even more
Long
than that.
time.
You're right. And so, we were on KOA. So what's going on now, man?
Well, I wanted to give you a couple of kudos on two people that I used off the referral list.
Good.
I go to the referral list whenever I need something. If you
Thank
got
you.
a particular person that you've used, and I used Art of Granite.
Yeah, I love them.
They came out and redid my kitchen, and then, of course, did the bathroom for free. They did a fantastic job. Came in, measurements, everything perfect. Just came in, cleaned up everything, and
good.
Was done in no time. Then I
Great.
used a better or a buy and build, and they were fantastic too. I bought a vanity and a top and sinks and stuff like that.
Now, with
and they
buy and
came
build,
through.
did you have them put it together?
Yes, they put the vanity together. I went ahead and picked it up and everything.
Good.
And had my plumber, put it exactly where I want it. Then buy and build had their people come back and measure for the top and came out and drilled the holes. And put the top up.
Aren't their prices unbelievable?
Yeah, their prices are great compared to all the other things that I checked. It really worked out great, and everything looks beautiful. They did a great cleanup job. So I always like going to the referral list because I know that I have somebody to go to in case there's a problem.
Yeah, and the ones you picked were with us for years and years and years. Now, buy and build was so inexpensive with cabinets that I put them in my garage, and the reason I did, it was not to be ostentatious. I had beautiful wood cabinets in my garage because the garage cabinets and the cheap crap at the big box stores they were more expensive than the stuff I bought at buy and build. So it looked like, man, Tom's trying to be fancy. And actually, I was saving money by doing that. It was just incredible to me. So thanks for letting me know. I really do appreciate it. Appreciate it very much, you calling and listening for so many years. You ought to come in and visit us one day, especially you've been around so long. Deputy Doc.
Yes, sir.
What were you going to tell me about?
I was going to tell you about, I watched John Oliver the other night.
Yeah.
And he did a expose basically on homeschooling.
Yeah.
And it's really amazing.
Now, was this now let me get this straight, because I have mixed feelings about homeschooling. I mostly don't like homeschooling. I don't think you can give the kids the education they need. However, I also believe that some people are against homeschooling because they like slamming Christians, and they feel like the only people who homeschool kids are Christians or religious fanatics. So was this a slam on religious fanatics?
No, it was a slam on the fact that the government has no oversight on what is being taught, how it's being taught, and what the children are exposed to.
Meaning what?
Meaning that there are parents who are registered sex offenders, parents who have drug-related issues. There's no contact with any governmental organization to evaluate the home setting for the kid.
Or the education.
Or the education. And
when you think about it, that is weird, because if you go to schools, the schools can't teach just anything they want. I mean, although sometimes it seems that way.
Well, there's a curriculum.
Yeah. But is that curriculum approved by the school board? By the school board, right? You have oversight. You have parents involved.
Right.
So when you teach your kids at home, you could teach them anything you want.
Right. And the other thing is, if you have a child...
You can literally teach them inaccurate things.
If you have a child that's being abused, the school is one way of identifying these kids, because if they see them with bruises or anything, there's no oversight for that if you homeschool. The government doesn't contact Child Protective Services.
So if you simply say you're homeschooling your kids and you don't do crap during the day with them, who's there? No one's going to say anything.
There's nobody there to do anything.
How many kids are homeschools, though, I wonder?
I think it was several million.
What?
Like
I got to look that up. I got to look that up.
Not in Colorado, across the country.
I know. How many U.S. kids are homeschooled. I wondered. Homeschooled. Wow. They say, according to the National Home Education Research Institute, 3.7 million students. Now, some people are going to, of course, tell you how wonderful it is and how most kids get a better education than in school. But the point you're making is, how do we know?
Exactly. And there was one, I agree with you. A lot of it is anti-conservative.
It's just say what it is, anti-faith, anti-religion.
Right. But that wasn't what he was talking about. He was talking about the fact that it's anti-kid because there was no oversight to either what they're learning or their home situation.
Yeah, I don't like homeschooling, personally.
And the other thing is,
I like the social dynamics and making them deal with school.
Well, the other thing
that's
is,
part
Tom,
of growing up, yeah.
I know a lot about science and anatomy and all that stuff, but I'm not qualified to teach. I've never had a lesson on how to teach something.
Right.
So there's a skill you learned that I think parents need to be adept at how to teach.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And if schools did teach, I think what people are getting sick and tired of, though, are teachers trying to indoctrinate kids. Not just teach them, but indoctrinate them.
Absolutely.
I mean, and I don't want kids indoctrinated in any form, not just one way or the other. I wouldn't want my kids indoctrinated by a Republican conservative teacher or a liberal Democrat teacher or anyone, or a radical Muslim teacher or a weird other kind. No matter what, I don't want my kids indoctrinated. I think it should be a place to learn in kind of an unbiased way. But Alan, what's going on with you, Alan? You have a question about a commercial lease. What's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I'm your old listener. I've been listening since that guy said, since Alan Burke.
Oh, my God, you too. I have so many of these listeners. I love hearing from you. What's going on, man?
I got a small commercial property on Broadway, and one of my tenants, his lease is coming due in February.
What kind of property is it? A commercial, like a storefront or a shopping center, or what?
It's a more like automotive business. I had a body shop and a
Okay, got it.
Shop.
So this is commercial property on Broadway.
Yes.
Okay. How long have you owned it?
Pardon?
How long have you owned it?
Since 95.
Okay, so lease is coming due.
Lease is coming due. My question is, I gave this guy, rental guy, 2-year option to release after it expired. How I can nicely get out of that in case he wants to stay?
What does that mean? Now, hold on. So, with the lease coming up, you have built into that lease a 2-year extension?
Option to release if he wants it.
But wait. An option to release for 2 years. It's not during that 2 years he can decide. You mean before the end of the lease, he has an option to extend for 2 more years?
Correct.
Okay. When does the lease expire?
28th of February, next coming February.
Okay. You mean like in a few months?
Yes.
Okay. At the end of February. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, here's what I want to tell you. Whenever you evict someone, I'm not suggesting you evict them and make something up, but if you evict for cause, that would go out the window.
There are a couple of reasons I can do that. This shop, when he rented from me, was supposed to be a mechanic shop, but he's doing detail business, and he messed up all my building with water and all that chemicals and all that.
Are you sure there's enough wording in there to support that?
Or there is another clause I was looking. Keep a partial of that, his space, he released to somebody else.
Wait a minute.
Wait
a minute. He's subleasing?
Some 1/3 of the building, yes.
Well, hold on. Does he have a right to do that?
No.
Wait, that's enough to evict him, I guess. Are you sure that your lease forbids subleasing?
Yeah, it does say particular that he has no. He cannot sublease any part except till with the permission of the landlord.
Okay, he can sublease, but he has to get your permission.
Right.
And he's never gotten your permission.
No, and I kind of let it go. I figure, he will get out.
How
He's a
long?
wishy-washy
How
person.
long have you let it go?
Well, I found that out about a year and a half ago. But his lease was 3 years, so I figured he's going to get out anyhow, let it go. He's good with the money, He always pay me the rent, but I just don't
Now,
want it.
why do you not want him to stay? Hold on, we'll come right back to you. I'm Tom Martino. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Renew Home Innovations will do a beautiful shower for you. And they do such a beautiful job in 2 or 3 days. The stone walls look like stone, no maintenance. They can do glass fronts or blocks. They can do without a door where you turn around and walk in. And it's just beautiful. Perimeter drains, grab bars, seats, benches, whatever you need. It's all custom. And you have 72 months to pay with no interest. Plus, labor specials going on now before the holiday. RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000.
This.
You have a business that's paying rent regularly.
Yeah,
You
but
throw
he
'em
might
out.
have a better use for it.
But you don't know who you're going to get. I mean, this is a known quantity. I mean, as a landlord, wouldn't you want somebody with a 3-year history of paying everything on time? Hey, Brad. Good. I guess we're playing a little bit of phone tag. So here's the deal. I am one state and clean, honest people. Service at home, servants at heart. HomelineServices.com. That's HomelineServices.com. Just the same, but it's 95% cheaper, and you can get it online. Just go to hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternative to the name brand at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO. If you're looking for a quick conservative investment, become the banker. Certified financial advisor with 2 goals to provide safe, guaranteed returns and income for life. Get become a banker. If you're overfunding life insurance or tax-free returns or a guaranteed retirement income, find out about both. BecomeTheBanker.org. Income for life. BecomeTheBanker.org.
Get ready, Colorado. It's Medicare annual enrollment period. So let's make enrolling easier with United Healthcare. Whether you choose our online tools or over-the-phone support, United Healthcare will help you compare options so you can choose the plan with confidence. This is Medicare made for Colorado. Trusted everywhere. Explore our wide range of plans by calling United Healthcare today at 1-855.
I have 15 seconds here, Tom.
5 Meet UHC. Annual enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th, so call today.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Now, Alan's got a question. He's trying to figure out a way to get out of a clause in his commercial lease. And Alan, I have a few questions for you. On this, you have you have basically an option. That's what it's called, an option to renew the lease for 2 years. Now, I don't know if you have reason to evict or not, but if you do, you could give notice that you want him out of there. And of course, you're going to have to prove that he's violating your lease. And then you wouldn't have to give him that option to renew. Do you think he will renew? Let's put it that way.
You know, there is another one line. Can I read it, see if that applies?
Yeah, but hold on one sec. I want to ask you, do you think he will want to renew?
You know, he a couple of times he told me he's going to get out, and then he said, well, till I find the place.
And do you have any option at the end, if he does extend for 2 years, what happens to the rent?
Yeah, the rent will be increased, like I think 300 or 350 bucks per month.
Okay, so what is your plan for the property? If you don't, why do you want to get out of it? What do you want to do with the property?
The reason I don't want him right now, I am going to keep it as it is. Keep renting. But the reason I don't want him, I got a body shop in the back of the back portion of the building. Entrance is from Yale on the body shop. That body shop been there grandfathered in since 80s or 70s. And but the problem is with his retail business, they get all kind of chemical fumes towards the body shop.
So do you have 2 tenants in there? You have the body shop and then you have him.
No, I got 3 tenants. One is the insurance office. That is out of the way a little bit.
Okay, so you have an insurance office, the detail shop, and a body shop.
Correct.
And is the body
And
shop complaining?
Oh, yeah. They cannot paint sometimes. And sometimes that poor guy had to come on Sunday when these people are closed, so there's no problem in the paint. I think they call fishing or something. When they paint, even in the paint booth, and bring it outside or open the door, there are fumes in of course, the building is old. It's not sealed properly, even though we try to seal that wall. So, but that's causing the problem to the body shop, and I want body shop guy to stay. He's been there forever. I don't want to kick him out or tell him get out. So that is the main problem. I want him out.
Got it.
And the other thing, what I was going to throw in is, I'm looking at it. It says after the 60 days. Before the lease is expired, landlord has every right to put a sign for lease and all kind of stuff without any permission from the lessee.
Okay, so read the stuff you were talking about.
Okay, it says, but to permit the leaser to place for rent or put a sign on the premises without the permission of the lessee at any time after 60 days before the end of the lease. So my question is on this sentence, that if he doesn't give me any notice or anything,
when does he have to give you? When does he have to give you notice he wants to renew?
Well, see, that part is gray area. That's what I'm asking. Is that 60-day apply to that rule?
Well, I don't know. I see. We'd have to have our attorney look at it. But here's what I want to ask Alan. How is that 2-year extension option worded? How is it worded?
Okay, that was my handwritten. That was me.
Wait a minute. This is a handwritten lease?
No. The lease is a pre-printed legal...
Wait, you gave him a separate option that was handwritten?
Yeah, at the bottom of the lease, there is a room you can add some...
Okay, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Is there a way you can send me that clause?
Yeah, I will do that, but let me read it for you.
Go ahead, read it. Go ahead and read it.
Tenant has the option to release for 2 more years at the end of this lease at the rate of $7,300 a month.
Okay, listen. It says at the end of this lease, so he doesn't have to give you notice. It doesn't say he has to give you notice.
I know.
It sounds like he can. It sounds like he can wait till the last day.
That is true.
So what you might want to do is force him to tell you, and you say, look, I need to know if you're going to extend for 2 years or not, or you may not even want to bring it up. You may just want to try to evict him. That's where we need to get our attorney on, and I'd love to get a copy of that lease before we get him on. We have him booked for tomorrow for a few calls, and our real estate guy, and we can probably get you in there too. Hold on. Kachina, it looks like we're going to have 3 calls lined up for him, almost. I think not almost, 3 calls, right?
3 calls, yes.
Hey, Art, you have a question on a reverse mortgage. We'll take you right after this.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Some slowdowns throughout the Denver Metro to occupy your noon commute, starting on the west end of town. Some stop and go on I-70 eastbound between Ward Road and Kipling. A couple minutes of delays. South of the downtown area, I-25 southbound, we've got a brand new accident reported approaching 225. No word of lane blockage. We're seeing stopped up traffic back from Colorado Boulevard. Otherwise, a pretty standard drive throughout the Denver Metro. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies out there with a high of 76 degrees. degrees, 20% chance of scattered showers. Overnight low of 43. Tomorrow, much cooler than today with a high of 58. More rain showers. The current temperature is 70 degrees with your impact traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
If you like using debit over credit, shouldn't you also get rewarded? Well, now you can with Discover Cashback Debit. It's a checking account that rewards everyone with cash back on everyday purchases with no fees, period. Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you want a market evaluation of your home to see what it will sell for and then what you can buy in this market, he'll do a detailed analysis and it will be free of charge. Frank has 30 years of experience dealing in all kinds of markets. He'll look at the house, the neighborhood, the size, the supply and demand, the interest rates, everything affecting the sale. He's been selling more houses for more money than anyone, and he can help you. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Euro Plumbing has the deals for you, and I'm talking deals, man. No one can believe what they're doing with water heaters. Can you believe they can replace your water heater, take the old one out for $1,299, $1,299, $1,399 for a 50-gallon tank? The $1,299 is for 40 gallons. But any size, they save you money, big money. That's what they do. Anything plumbing, save money, including toilets and everything else. EuroPlumbingColorado.net, 303-668-6844. GiantGeneral.com. That's a website I want you to go to and learn more about this app. What is the app? Well, Giant General is an app made for consumers. There's no hook. There's no downside whatsoever. If you want to redo your bathroom, you're even thinking about it, just go and download the Giant General app at giantgeneral.com, okay? You'll see a 3D image of a template that matches your bathroom. You pick the template closest to your bathroom, make any design changes to the tub, shower, tile, floors, accessories, cabinets, and more, and it will give you instantaneous materials listings, pricing, and even do-it-yourself price versus hiring a contractor. But no matter what, you'll get an accurate idea of what you need to get the job done. Take the mystery out of home improvements, pricing, and materials listing. Get the Giant General app, giantgeneral.com.
I'm a big believer.
How long is this conflict going to go on, do you think?
How long is what?
The conflict going to go on?
Oh, for a while. They're just going to, I'm telling you, they're going to bomb it to rubble, and then they're going to occupy it like they did after the Yom Kippur War.
Yom Kippur War.
I'm partially convinced they did it now because the U.S. is sending all of their arms and equipment to Ukraine, and there's probably going to be a blowback about sending any aid to Israel.
keyword. Call, text, and now talk back anytime with our free iHeartRadio app while streaming KHOW and the full screen player. Just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's talk station now.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, Art, what is your question on reverse loans, sir?
Yes, I have a reverse mortgage now, and what I'd like to do is pull a cash out and keep a reverse mortgage so I can do some remodeling of my home.
Right, you can do that. It depends now on what the value did to your house or what value your house increased in value. How old is your reverse loan, Art?
Just refied that about 3 years ago.
About 3 years ago. That was your first reverse loan or another refi?
No, there's another refi, but right now I currently have 213 balance, 480 value.
Okay, so you're doing good. 213.
I want to pull 150 out if I can, but here's the other kicker that I think that may be a factor. I'm 76 years old. So
it makes it better when you're older. Okay? So right now, do you remember when you did your original loan?
No, I don't.
Do you know what I mean is or the refi you did a few years ago? Do you remember what the loan to value was?
The value at that time was the value of the house. I don't know what the loan to value, but the house was around 335.
And how much did you pull out?
I pulled out around 30, and that exhausted it. So there's nothing there now, but like I have a tremendous amount of equity in the place. So
wait a minute. You pulled out 30 a few years ago. So your total loan was then what?
My total loan today is 213 as of today.
Just 213. That's with all the accruals, right?
Yes, sir. That's the total amount. And then the value is of the house now 480.
Okay. So 50% would be the lowest you're going to get, 50%, and that's if you're younger. So 50% on 480 is 240. Okay, so right there, just doing a 50% loan to value at 240, you're going to get, $30,000 or 20-some thousand. Now, if you want to get more, you could easily, I think at your age, I think it goes up to 60, 65%. But you know what would be good? And we do have the time to do this. I'd like to get Mark Massey on from Approval Reverse Mortgage and ask him the best way to handle that. He'll have some figures for you. So hang on, and what I will do is get him on, okay? And you might have to wait just a few minutes, but it would be worth it to you because he's got the calculator right in front of him, and he actually underwrites these loans or gets them underwritten. So you will absolutely know where you stand. So before you even bother doing anything, hang on, and we'll do that with Approval Reverse to give you an idea, all right? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So he wants to know. By the way, refining with a reverse loan is something you can do. A lot of people think it's one and done, but it's not. What happens is your house keeps going up in value. There's more equity there you can take out. And then you get older, which even improves the equity you can take out. So when you're younger, you can only go up to like 50% or a little less. When you're older, you can go over 50%, and we'll get those exact percentages coming up. 303-713-TALK. Plus, we have a lot of time to take your calls. 303-713-8255. Stay tuned to the Troubleshooter Show for more valuable information.
You said they shot those 6 people to death.
Oh, my God, that whole family?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
They broke into homes and just started shooting people.
Did he say he owed 213? Don't tell me he's not available.
I don't have Mark Massey's number.
Fuck. Where's
He's not on my list and not on the contacts.
contacts? Where the fuck are my contacts? Why are contacts? Oh, there they are. God damn it! Where's Massey? I know I have his number somewhere. Damn it!
I'm sorry. I usually
Jesus Christ, Mark Massey, come on.
I can try calling the main number.
Wait, oh no, 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 this is different. I'm on the wrong contact list. I'm on a different profile. Hold on. Now I'll get it. There it is. There it is. He sounds like he's a stroke victim.
Oh, you mean Art?
The 55-year-old former Olympic champion has been in the intensive care unit for more than a week with a rare form of pneumonia, unable to breathe on her own, according to her daughter, McKenna Kelly, who updated fans on social media. Kelly is also asking for donations to help with medical bills, posting, "Out of respect for her and her privacy, I will not disclose our details. However, I will disclose that she is not insured."
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overalls are not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no job?
Can you imagine that? That babies and toddlers were found decapitated.
Are you shitting
That's what it
me?
just said. Look.
Oh my God.
And there's the stuff inside your stuff, even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you
Holy
donate your
shit.
stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it.
I'm telling you, those troops are going to go in there.
Use your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth partying with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
KHOW News Time, 103.
Denver Mayor Mike Johnston's public safety leaders met last night to talk about crime. Denver Police Chief Ron Thomas.
Violence prevention, particularly as it relates to youth, obviously recruiting for all of our agencies, the need for continued diversity efforts.
Thomas added the city's planned micro-communities for the homeless will be a positive. He says David doesn't support the notion that micro-communities increase crime in their area. Police have arrested a suspect in connection with a deadly shooting at a local RTD station. It happened September 30th at the Wadsworth Station platform, where Anthony Ortiz was found dead from multiple gunshot wounds. 20-year-old Nathan Ortega has been taken into custody on first-degree murder and aggravated robbery charges. Lakewood police are still looking for a second person believed to be involved in the crime. And CU football continues to make a splash, but trading cards go on sale today. I'm David Cater.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Some slowdown south of downtown, I-25 southbound after Hampton Avenue. Fast walking 2 right lanes to slow traffic back from Evans. We're seeing only about 2 to 3 minutes of delay as 3
Kelly, how many people? Are you there? How many people we have scheduled for tomorrow? I'm talking about in the studio. Who was supposed to be here? I might. If there's only one, I'm going to have him at home.
Stand by. It's just Buddy with Simply Floors. Did you hear me? Tom? Did you hear me? You can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
Oh, excellent. I'm offline.
She's talked.
Are you on offline?
I can hear you, but this. Okay. The on air is drowning you. Usually you're where I can hear you, but you're blending into the. You're way below the on air.
What time code?
Is there a way we can adjust levels so she can be above the on air if she's talking to me?
How's my level? How do I sound?
You mute them out completely. She doesn't. She talks with them.
That's weird.
Okay, what?
Simply Floors, Buddy Mitchell. That's it for tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Friday, isn't it?
No.
Oh, Thursday. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Buddy Mitchell, I'll have at my house.
Okay. So you're remote tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I'm still trying to get a hold of Mark Massey. He's not answering me back, so I don't know if he's
All right.
offline or not.
Should be the same volume control for me as her, but you're saying that.
No, I hear you perfectly, not because you're loud, but because
it cuts out the on air.
Yeah, you totally mute them.
That's interesting.
And she doesn't. Hers goes along with it.
Yeah, that's another setting beyond what I have control of.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7. You'll never get a better clean of your furnace, and dirt is the #1 killer. You'll never get a better clean, extreme clean, for just $39 for new customers, and that is a screaming deal. They take way more than an hour, sometimes two, and they dismantle it to the extent they can and refurbish every part of it with cleaning. And then, of course, check everything out. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939. 39 is an extraordinary deal. Let's talk about reverse loans now. We're getting our expert on. We're trying to get him. We're calling him. And here's the bottom line. We're talking about refining and what you can get by refining. And I believe, if we can't get him on, I'll have to estimate it. But basically, the idea is the older you are, the more you can borrow, the more loan to value. What loan to value means is this. If your house, let's use easy numbers. If your house is worth $100,000, a 50% loan would be $50,000, right? So that's 50% LTV or loan to value. If your house is worth $200,000, 50% would get you $100,000. But as you get older, the loan to value gets higher too. So I'm Googling, because if I can't get Mark on, I'm just going to have to ask what LTV is allowed for reverse mortgages. Let's see if I can find that out. And there is a calculator here. I don't want to go through all of that. Reverse mortgages, basically, they say the LTV is based on your age, but I don't exactly have the ages, so we'll have to wait on that. So why don't you, it says the government limits the amount any reverse mortgage borrower can take in the first year. Oh, it says to 60%. That doesn't sound right to me. 60%? Let me see. Let's see. 95%. If the loan balance, okay, never mind. I'm trying to find here. I think I thought you can get more than 60% as you get older, but we'll find out. Is he not answering, Kachina?
Not yet. I'm still trying to work on him, though.
Okay, thanks.
What about the elderly woman who did the other one did reverse mortgages?
The other one, yeah, she doesn't do it anymore.
Okay.
Joan Sullivan has retired. So, anyway, speaking of finances, I just want you to know that we have a story here about people. Right now, it looks like, here's what it looks like. It looks like we're running into a problem here with finances. Companies are slowing down. This is happening ever so slightly. They're laying off. They're not hiring as much. And for now, and this is more than the recent history, people are missing payments. Americans are being squeezed, and they're missing payments. They're missing credit card payments. They're missing auto loan payments. They're not just making them late. They're actually missing them. According to the New York Fed, the rate of new credit card delinquencies hit 7.2%. It's up now to 7.3%. Yahoo Finance says that there's also a problem with credit card. Do you know that credit card debt has risen to $1 trillion? Do you realize how much money that is in the economy? $1 trillion. And they say that this bubble is going to have to burst, especially if people can't repay it. So it's becoming a major deal and could be a major deal on the economy itself. I mean, it could be like devastating to the economy. That is what we're hearing. Also, let me get my other news. The ones with the highest credit card debt. Do you know what they are? The 10 highest credit card debts. Who would you say is number one? You got to know who number one is.
Students?
California.
You're talking about states.
Credit card.
Yeah.
It's 152 billion, 707 million, so on and so forth.
People can't afford to live in California
Texas
anymore.
is next. Florida's next. New York's is next. Illinois is 5th. Pennsylvania is 6th. Georgia is 7th. Ohio is 8. New Jersey is 9. Then this is what's really weird. North Carolina is 10.
Well, Tom, I'll bet you that's totally correlated to population. If you think about it, California, Texas, New York, Illinois, Ohio are all high.
Yeah, but then it goes to Georgia, Ohio, New Jersey, and North Carolina.
But those are still high population states.
North Carolina's not. Not at all. But in any case, the top ones are for sure. But those have the top credit card debt, and basically there's a delinquency rate of almost 8%. Wyoming, Vermont, North Dakota residents have the smallest credit card debt. And these, again, they're not talking about, by the way, total debt. They're talking about per capita anyway, so the population should not play.
Oh, it is per capita?
Yeah. They're talking about the average residents holding the debt. And then they're also talking totals on some of it. Like on some of these numbers, No, that is not. You're right. That's total debt. That's not per capita. By the way, 303-713-TALK is our number, 713-8255. Let me tell you what we have pending. If you buy a condo or any kind of property with title insurance, you have to make sure you read the title commitment and that you make sure they do a proper search. We had a guy who bought a condo in Mississippi in 2017 and just now found out about a small business administration lien because the borrower who owned the house before Quit bought the house. His name is Quit. He bought the house, and the guy who owned it previously defaulted on an SBA loan. As a result, a lien was put on the condo, and now Quit can't get that lien removed. The guy that owes the money went bankrupt. Quit can't even sue this guy. He's in bankruptcy. He's not going to get anything. But he has a lien on his property and for several hundreds of thousands of dollars. So this guy could end up losing his condo. Now, he's saying that the title insurance company is not coming through. We have to figure out what's going on there. These are just the real estate ones that came in today. Rick has his 32-year-old son moving into his house, and he wants to know, how do I assure myself he does not set up residency so I don't have to go through an eviction? Here is the sad truth. You can't protect yourself. You can't. Anything he signs doesn't matter. He can't sign away his rights. You can't sign away your rights when it comes to tenancy. Now, you can limit the tenancy to a week, maybe a month, but it's a problem. And I want to say something. We had a case one time where a woman invited a guy home. This is a God's honest true story. Invited a guy home from a bar. So he comes home, and guess what? Spends the next day there and got a food delivery. Now, you know where I'm going with the story?
Absolutely.
She wanted him to leave. He said, no, I live here now. She could not get rid of him without a legal eviction because he got a food delivery there, claimed it was his residence, and he would not leave. In fact, he stayed there so long, it was incredible. She would call us and give us updates. Later on, she finally did get rid of him, but it was terrible. It was a terrible situation. So even picking up a guy at a bar and going home with him could prove devastating to you. You could end up with a tenant in your home that you can't get rid of. That's right. No sign of break-in. He was invited in. Now he's a tenant. Think
Tom,
about that.
I promise you, I will not take any guy home I meet at a bar.
Right.
You have my word.
Good, because you could have somebody set up residency in your home. Now, that's a true story, and I believe the guy's on Sleaze Brigade at sleazebrigade.com. So another one is a Bank of America charge on a card came in after he called to report the card stolen, and he put a freeze on the card, meaning the card should not be able to be used. Bank of America is telling him, oh, well, if you present the card, you can still use it. Well, that's not true at all, because I had a freeze put on my card one time, and it prevented me from using it in any case. So this guy had $11,000 in charges after he reported his card stolen, and Bank of America will not give him a credit. By the way, Bank of America is a terrible bank. I don't know if I've told you this or not. They're terrible with customer service. They're terrible with policies. They're idiots, and you shouldn't use them anyway. But he just happens to be stuck in this problem we're going to help him with. We got more coming up.
This is Steve Powers here for Polestar Denver, where the deals are electric. Take delivery on a new 2024 Polestar 2 today. Lease a Polestar 2 and take advantage of the $8,500 clean vehicle credit. We are also taking orders today on the new Polestar 3. We have inventory on the ground and we accept trade-ins. Drive into the electric age with Polestar Denver, a McDonald family dealership. Visit us at 240 St. Paul Street in the heart of Cherry Creek North.
This just announced. Take advantage of 0% interest rates. See Polestar Denver for details.
Well, we were just talking about reverse loans. Empower Reverse, the people you want. EmpowerReverse.com. Now we have Art on the phone. He's looking to refi. As you get older, you can refi reverse loans. And when you do, you can pull more money out because you're getting older and your house is presumably increasing in value. If you need information, call 720-500-7719. That's 720-500-7719, EmpowerReverse.com. K&H Home Solutions. I tell you about them because I love what they do. First, I love that they're the oldest home improvement company in all of Colorado. They have been around for 65 years. I know the owners from beginning to now, and I know they have quality products that are custom fit, durable, energy efficient, and beautiful, but most of all, low to no maintenance. Call them when you need anything to do with your roofing, gutters, siding, windows, doors, and more. K&H Home Solutions. That's khwindows.com, 303-421-7100, 303-421-7100. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney, and when you call him, you will talk to him. That's unusual because most PI firms have call centers or a battery of assistants that you talk to first. Then they decide if they want your case. Then they decide if they're going to work your case and how hard. But they want the big cases so they can brag about them on the air. But here's the deal. No matter what your case is, John Fuller will handle it personally. If you hire him, if you call him and decide it's a good fit, he'll give you free legal advice up front. He'll talk to you about your case. You won't talk to an assistant. And if you decide to hire him, you get his cell phone number that you can call or text at any time. John Fuller, Fuller Law, 303-597-4500. Put him to the test. Give him a call. You'll talk to him. And here's what's great. Call him first and compare all the rest. 303-597-4500. myaccidentlawyer.co.
Gee, all right, hang on for me, Doug.
So you know what I would like to ask the audience, Tom? When I was scrolling through Facebook, there are all these ads for make money at home by just playing solitaire or some other games, and they say there's no ads, you don't have to pay any money, and I don't understand how they can do that.
For what?
Well, I'll show you. When I get it, I'll show you.
Okay, I'm in a commercial right now, but I have to go back on the air. So, do you want to meet somewhere? Oh, okay, then don't. Okay. If you're not No, I don't want you to. If you're not feeling good, I want you to rest, stay home and drink a lot of fluids. What time? All right. Let me know. I have to go to the dentist at 2, and I'd like to know before that if I could, or before I get out of the dentist. Let me know. Just check to see first, okay? If you I don't mind if you want to stay home and rest. We can do it tomorrow. Okay. You sound terrible, and I can't afford to get sick, so check yourself, okay? I got to go back on the air.
Local fiduciary advisors, TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Doug has a comment on landlords. Go ahead, Doug. What's going on?
Tom, I'm just wondering what the city does for landlords. I mean, we have to have our rentals inspected, which is a joke. I just had mine inspected. That was a bad joke.
Now, wait a minute. Are you telling me that all rentals have to be inspected?
Yep. That was brought down by city council, that we're terrible landlords. So we have to have our properties inspected to make sure we are a good landlord.
How often do you have to have them inspected?
I'm not sure, but I think it's every 4 years. But I can tell you what, as a sprinkler guy, and I'm doing blowouts right now, you wouldn't believe how many renters are pigs. The problem's not the landlords; it's the renters.
Well,
It's
I think
unreal.
in most cases you're absolutely right. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you.
And then they just gave them another $1 million to fight landlords when a person's getting evicted for not paying rent or, not following through on the rental agreement.
You mean they get free legal advice?
Yeah. The last guy that I had to evict, he didn't pay me 5 months rent. And then Tom, you're not going to believe that I had to give him $1,000 to get out of my house. And I had to pay $5,000 for my lawyer that he got a free lawyer with.
Yeah.
It's just unreal.
No,
And
I
the
know.
city does nothing. I would like to see the city. How about you get a complaint about a landlord and you go after them and leave us good landlords alone?
No,
We're
I
making nice
think it's
places to
ridiculous.
live in.
And what they're doing, if you want to do, let's say you want to say the hell with the rentals in general, and you want to do like instead an Airbnb, or you want to make more money, that they're making that impossible for short-term rentals.
Yeah, I can't do that with mine because I don't live in them. You have to live in one or something like that to be able to do an Airbnb or.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I was told that I couldn't rent it.
I heard all over Colorado, they're making Airbnbs almost extinct.
Yeah, they are. They're pushing them out. My buddy just bought one up in Telluride, $1,500 a year, just for a business license.
Oh, just for a business license. I heard there was a waiting list, and there's only a certain amount or a finite amount they're giving out anyway. I think that, see, the same thing, they tried to regulate Uber and Lyft as well. Whenever something creative comes up that gives people some kind of power or common ground, the government looks to just regulate it out of business. I mean, they haven't done that yet with Uber and Lyft. They really haven't. But as far as Airbnb, they're suffering all over. They're suffering all over because of government regulation. I mean, the government would rather make it so you can't have an Airbnb. And they say it's only to be fair. You know, all of this is government control with everything. I don't know how to put this, but where did we get the idea that government is supposed to control everything? Government is mainly for education and defense. I mean, building codes, yeah, they're a good idea. I mean, I can think of a handful of services that are a good idea. But in general, We weren't founded on a country that's supposed to have everything looked after by a government. Where did this philosophy come up where everything, including, by the way, what's accurate to say online? I mean, I'm telling you, you won't believe the organization being done on the government level to pass laws literally on what we can say and not say online.
It's the 16th Amendment, Tom, that gave the government the right to do what they want for the good of the population.
What are you talking about?
That's what the 16th Amendment says, basically, that the government has the right to enact.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't meant to.
Well, it wasn't meant, but that's how they've been. That's what's been going on for the past 50 years.
It says the Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes on incomes from whatever source derived without apportionment among the states and without regard. That's what the 16th Amendment is.
Okay, then I'll
it's
check
about
which
taxes.
amendment.
That's what I'm seeing here.
Okay, I probably got my numbers wrong.
But you're saying that they can enact legislation. Well, I mean, that's the whole purpose of a republic government.
Right.
But we're not supposed to just look for ways to control people, for God's sakes. I mean, it's just amazing to me. Really, I mean, there are some things we can just do without. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Are you tired of it? I don't think so. Because you keep voting for the same stuff over and over and over.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Some slowdown south of downtown, I-25 southbound after Hampton Avenue. A crash blocking two right lanes with slow traffic back from Evans. We're seeing only about 2 or 3 minutes of delays through this scene. Some good news west of there through Inglewood, Hampton eastbound. A recent accident before Clarkson has been all cleared up. Slow traffic continues back from Broadway. Otherwise, your standard drive throughout the Denver Metro, heading east out to DIA, I-70 eastbound, some stop-and-go traffic between Havana and Pena Boulevard. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, cloudy skies out there today with a 20% chance for scattered showers before the day's end. High of 76 this afternoon, overnight low of 43. The current temperature is 73 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
SimplyFloorsInc.com. When it comes to floor coverings, you need more than just the actual material. You need to know what kind of material you need. And they have experts available to help you in your selection. They have experts available to help you on what the floor will do and how it will perform. They have proximity mills at their disposal for luxury vinyl planking, for carpeting, for hardwoods, laminates, and any kind of floor you need. That's Simply Floors Inc. 2 locations, 470 in Quebec and also 52nd and Ward. 303-731-5380. 303-731-5380. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Looking for investments can drive you crazy because a lot of investment counselors, they make money no matter what because they charge you a percentage of assets managed. Or if you have a 401k, the trustee takes their fees every year no matter what you make. So many people are getting out of the stock market and deciding to do fixed indexed annuities. And I mention them straight up because so many people have it wrong when they slam fixed indexed annuities. These annuities can be used for income, for guaranteed growth, guaranteed no losses, not only on principal, but on earnings. Find out more, 303-779-6600. 303-779-6600.
So since Mark is on vacation, we got a call and a complaint on Honest Accurate Auto down in the Springs. He usually likes me to take their number so he can call him off air.
Go ahead.
So do you want me to text it to you? Because basically what happened is this guy brought his car in, they had it, something was stolen out of it, and he wants to know if they're...
You can put him on for that.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
You want me to call him back? Because Mark
There's no
usually
reason
doesn't.
to on that. He's
referral.
not. He's not. I know how to answer that.
Okay.
And it's not going to hurt anybody. I promise you.
All right. I'll call
Listen,
back.
can you let Buddy Mitchell know about the home studio tomorrow? Can you do that for me? I got to run to the dentist. Are you able to do that or not? Do you have his cell phone?
Let me go look. Let me make sure. If not, I'll get it from you.
Jesus Christ.
Governor Polis condemn Democrat Rep. Tim Hernandez? Should the Colorado Democrats run him out of office? Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Tom's got a comment on renter's inspection. This one guy called in and said, I'm a landlord, and every 4 years or so, I don't really know what the interval is. He says, I have to have my rental inspected in Denver to make sure I'm a good landlord. And he said, trust me, landlords are not the problem. Tenants are. Go ahead, Tom. What did you have to say?
Hey, Tom, I'm actually a certified residential rental license inspector for the Denver program.
Wow, what the hell? That's a mouthful. So you actually go out to inspect rentals.
Yeah, on behalf of landlords. So what happens is Denver passed this ordinance back in 2021. All multifamily properties were required to be inspected by a certified independent inspector.
Okay.
As of January 1st of 2023 of this year.
Okay.
And so this year.
And how often does this have to be done?
Every 4 years.
Okay.
So, And I got to tell you something. I mean, I'm a landlord also. I've owned some couple rental properties in Denver of my own, and I'm also certified to do the inspections. But I got to tell you, I go in probably 75% of the properties that I inspect, and I've inspected close to 400 since the first of the year.
Okay.
And I've seen probably 75% of them either have no working smoke detectors or carbon monoxide alarms, non-existent smoke detectors or carbon monoxide alarms, or the ones that are just not in the correct locations. And I'm telling you, that's the biggest issue that I see is smoke detectors and carbon monoxide alarms.
In general, though, what are the conditions of the rentals?
So it's basically health and habitability. So, for example, one thing's on the list is fire safety. So it's like the smoke detectors have to be less than 10 years old or whatever the manufacturer recommends, whichever is less. There has to be a smoke detector inside each bedroom. There has to be a smoke detector within 15 feet outside the bedroom entrances. That includes all bedroom entrances. So if there's a hall with 3 bedrooms, then there must be a smoke detector in that hallway, but it must be within 15 feet, no more than 15 feet of each door. And then a 1 carbon monoxide detector is required on each level, and also a smoke detector on each level. So, and that smoke detector can be a combination smoke CO type detector, like if it's in a basement.
But the conditions, you don't look at like just being just deplorable. I mean, you only look.
No, I mean aesthetics. We don't care. I mean, aesthetics don't matter. So if the walls haven't been painted in 30 years, that's not part of this inspection. We're looking at, electrical issues. GFCIs have got to be in all bathrooms.
Right.
The main electrical panel can't have any missing breaker slot openings into the dead front
And this
cover.
is only multifamily. This is not for somebody
No, last year all multifamily were supposed to be inspected. And
How many
licensed,
units? Like a duplex would be multifamily?
Yeah. Do you think 2 units or bigger is considered multifamily with Denver?
But if I
And
rent
this year-
if I rent a single family home, I can do as much as I can do anything I want.
No. Single-family homes are all required to be licensed by January 1st, 2024.
Oh, my
So
God.
That's the ones that are currently getting inspected.
So every single rental in Denver has to be licensed?
Correct.
Now, what about short-term, Airbnb and all that?
Well, Airbnb is a separate Denver license, and that's called an Airbnb license. And in Denver now, you cannot own a house or an apartment or condo and rent it out as an Airbnb unless it is your primary residence.
What?
And the reason
you can't buy an investment property and turn it into an Airbnb?
Not in Denver. It's against the law in Denver.
Are more and more municipalities doing this?
Oh, yeah. And the reason Denver did it, and a lot of municipalities are starting to do that, is that people were tired of houses being party houses 24/7, 365 days a year right next door to where they live. And so they figured, they changed the law so that you have to be your primary residence to rent it as an Airbnb legally. But I'm sure people are getting away with not doing it. And the Airbnbs are required to be licensed.
So what if somebody is living in a place, a multifamily place, let's say, and the landlord is, let's just say it's really unsafe. We get calls like this all the time. Will you go out on a spot inspection?
No, we're hired by the landlord or property management company or property owner or apartment company to go in and do the inspection.
So wait a minute.
When we do
the city doesn't hire the inspectors, the landlords do.
No, the landlords hire the inspector, and all the inspectors are independent, certified with the international code.
So what happens in between inspections? They don't give a damn, really. There's no place to call and complain that your place.
Well, yeah. In Denver, there actually is. Denver, you can call 311 if you live in the city of Denver, and there's an alternative number if you're like.
And what will that get you if I call 311 as a renter?
Well, you can file a complaint with the Denver government, and they will follow up later. I don't know what they do, but supposedly they'll follow up. So, but for example, on multifamily, we're only required to inspect 10% of the units in a building. So let's say if the building has 100 units, an apartment building, we only inspect 10% chosen at random.
Oh, okay.
So, and then we find problems in those units, they're allowed to correct them.
And what is this? Okay, all right. So it's up to the landlord then to get your inspection and turn it into the city, or you turn it in.
No, we give the inspection report directly to the landlord or property owner, property manager. Then they apply for the license with the city using that past inspection checklist.
Wow. Okay. Thank you. I mean, I appreciate the information. A lot of useful information. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Bill, what's going on with you, Bill? Welcome.
Hey, Tom. First, I based on your recommendation, I have been taking my cars to Honest Accurate Automotive down here.
Yeah, they're a good shop in my estimation. What's going on, man?
Oh no, they're great. They've been so wonderful. But I had my car there. They were having some issues getting it fixed. 2 to 3 days turned into 16 days.
Yeah.
And subsequently, where my car was
now,
there,
why did it turn into 16 days, though? I'm just curious.
Oh, because the security module had gone out, and so the company they bring in to reprogram the module, they couldn't get in to the Honda, so then they had to take it to the Acura dealership.
Okay, so what happened then? It sat there for 16 days?
Yeah, and then while it was there, my car got broken into, and some of my stuff was stolen. And I talked to my service advisor. He said, give me a list of
Was it inside the place?
It was not inside. It was parked outside of.
Was it locked?
Well, that was the problem. Was the security? There was problems with the security system, so it could have unlocked itself. And somebody got in, and and they stole a whole bunch of random stuff.
Okay, here's what I'm getting at, and I swear, I promise you, anyone listening to this show has heard this before. Unless Honest Accurate Auto did something negligent, they're not responsible for crime, and they're not responsible for weather, and they're not responsible for acts of God. Now, if they left it unlocked, or if they left the keys in it and it was stolen, or if they did something stupid, then they would be responsible. But we go through this time and time again, and not just with people on my referral list. We have this happen all the time with people, and I say, look, if somebody broke into your car, unless they promised to keep it inside and locked and all of that, unless they created what was called a bailment for you, why would they be responsible? It's like if you went to your friend's house and parked your car, they're not responsible for your car either. I know we feel it is, and they should be, only if they did something stupid. So did Honest Accurate Auto contribute to this in some way? And I don't mean by stealing. I don't mean that. I mean, or if you think somebody did, but I don't think they did. But do you think something they did caused this to be an easier target?
The only thing is there were so many, like I said, the outside company came in to reprogram the module. And so I don't know if when they got done, if they didn't lock the car.
Was there any break-in of the car?
Yes.
Okay, well, then if it was broken into, then it was probably locked, right?
No, it wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't broken into. It was left unlocked, or the security system triggered itself.
Why do you even say the security system triggered itself? Why? I've never heard of that.
Well, because that's one of the reasons why I had it on, why it was in there, because the alarm was going off for no apparent reason, and they had to disable it to get the car to shut off. They couldn't even get the car to shut off unless they took the security module out.
Wait a minute. There were no signs of break-in on the car.
There was no signs of break-in. And Jesse was supposed to, my service said Jesse was supposed to review the security tape to see if they could see anybody getting into it. So I went through on Amazon to see what it cost to replace it as cheaply as possible, and that came out to $400, and they just gave me a check for $200.
Wait a minute. So they did pay you half of that?
Yes.
Well, okay. I mean, see, because this is hard for me, Bill, because I don't know what they did wrong. If they did leave it unlocked, that would be wrong, okay? I mean, that would be wrong. But did they say they left it unlocked?
I just talked to somebody at the front. I didn't get it.
Well, we can give this. We can have Jesse call you, or we can call Jesse and find out. Listen, they're a great shop, and I'm sure. And really, I'm not sticking up for them any more than anyone else. But it depends on so many factors. If the car was left unlocked and my car things were stolen, I would hold the shop responsible if it was left unlocked. Okay? Yeah. If you were having problems with your security system to begin with, and that could have done it, that's something else. That's different. But I don't know where this is. And what we can do is ask Jesse. He's not going to lie about it. And if they gave you a $200 check, they're saying, here's a goodwill adjustment. Let's see, let's see what he says. Okay, Kachina, it's up in the air. I don't think they're automatically responsible, but I'd love to talk to him about it or have him look at it and let us know. 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Some busy Wednesday afternoon driving throughout the Denver Metro, starting on the south end of town, I-25 southbound after Hampton Avenue. Recent crash has been moved over to the right shoulder. Looks like traffic is picking back up from Emerson Street. Still about 3 or 4 minutes of delays. Into downtown, I-25 northbound, your usual slowdowns between Alameda and Colfax. Heading east to DIA, I-70 eastbound, you're going to start seeing stop-and-go traffic from Havana all the way to Pena Boulevard. As a result, 225 northbound, some congestion on the off-ramp to I-70 eastbound. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of scattered showers this afternoon, high 76, overnight low 43. The current temperature in Denver is 73 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
American Restoration 24/7 is a company that I really hope you never need, but if you have a fire, a flood, a broken pipe, if you discover asbestos, black mold, if you had maybe a rental that had a meth lab in it or an unattended death somewhere, you need a restoration company. And truly a restoration company is one that goes in and stops the dangerous substances from spreading. They mitigate the damages, meaning stop the damages from going further, and then they help you in the rebuild or restoration of the property. Now, American Restoration will do as little or as much as you want them to do, but it's critical you call them right off the bat. Do not let your insurance company pick a company, and don't pick the wrong company, because they'll only pay once. Once your insurance pays, there's no excuse. They're not going to say, sorry, we paid. If it's a bad company, that's on you. So call American Restoration 24/7, 8337-AM-REST. That stands for AM. 8337-AM-REST, or online, amrest247.com. Hey, if you have countertops that you want, I urge you to call the Art of Granite and get a price on the phone right now. Yeah, just describe the situation, the project, square footage maybe, a pic or two from your cell phone. He'll give you a price based on granite, quartz, marble, quartzite, any kind of man-made material, engineered stone or natural stone. They do it all. 303-386-5919. Wholesale on all materials. Tear out and haul aways free. The bathroom vanity free when you do the kitchen. 303-386-5919. theartofgranite.com.
We have been saving the people of Denver thousands on their remodeling projects for 20 years. Hi, this is Courtney Pierce with Buy and Build Kitchen and Bath. With 20 years of experience.
Denver doesn't become like California. They just repealed a law in California that the governor signed, which allows loitering with the intent to engage in prostitution.
They allow it.
There was a law preventing it, and then there was a bill to undo that law. So now in this one city, there are people walking around in almost bare, bending over with their butts sticking out, and they can't do anything about it because the governor signed that bill allowing it to happen.
Why was there a law that undid the law?
Newsom signed Senate Bill 357
that undoes,
which repealed the previous law
right.
that banned loitering
Got it.
with the intent to engage in prostitution. And they've just repealed that law.
Jesus Christ, can they do God's sakes? Jesus, God. What the fuck is up with this governor?
I know.
He is such an asshole. How many times has he been elected, I wonder?
Newsom? I don't know. Hopefully there's a...
I texted Buddy. Just in case he doesn't have your address, do you want to text it to me just so I have it?
Oh, you don't have it. I'm sorry.
No, that's
He
okay.
doesn't have my address. I thought you had it. It's,
I have his phone number and his contact information. I just don't have your home address.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Just tell him no one's going to be here.
Yeah.
So he knows that.
I'll be here if he wants to come.
Yeah,
in.
but that wouldn't be cool.
Yeah, okay.
What I'm saying is I don't give people a choice when Mark and Suzanne aren't here. I just don't give them a choice.
Oh, okay.
So let me just text you that.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Tom.
I was just trying to be helpful in case
Oh,
you
no,
need
no,
it.
that's fine. It's just that they might think.
Yeah, I get it.
Just send it to you.
You know, the Broncos are playing the Chiefs tomorrow night. It's going to be a slaughter.
The Chiefs will kill them.
Oh, yes.
What is their record right now?
Broncos are 1-4. It should be 0-5, but they got lucky. They're a terrible team.
They are. What's terrible, the coaching or the team, the talent?
It's hard to tell. I don't know enough. But I think part of it is the coaching. They brought back Vance Joseph, who they fired as the head coach, and now he's the defensive coordinator. And the defense is terrible. And they thought Sean Payton would revitalize the offense.
Why? Why? What was Peyton? Why was he so?
Because he was a great coach in New Orleans. They thought he'd be the answer, that he could work with Russell Wilson to get Russell back to where he used to be.
They literally took kids away from their parents and killed them. Little toddlers. How the fuck do you do that?
Because these people are crazy.
And the squad is asking for a ceasefire?
Our radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Kim's got a problem with a sewer line. What's going on, Kim?
So, in May, I realized I had some sewer issues, called a couple plumbers. We had to do a snake, crack my driveway to do that.
Yeah.
And when we put the camera down, we saw that the cable lines went through it. The Verizon 5G cable lines went through it.
Wait. So Verizon did it?
Verizon cable lines, yes.
Well, yeah, but someone putting down the cable broke your sewer.
Yeah, exactly. So that was in May. I am now down to the insurance companies and found out today that Verizon hired somebody, they hired somebody, and everyone
No. Verizon is responsible, for God's sakes. Hold on. Kachina, we have another one we got to get on. This is a good one. Do not hang up. We'll take you tomorrow. I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget, TomMartino.com. I'd love your opinion. TomMartino.com will get you to all our sites. Save all your problems for me.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. Leland Conway is next on Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Hey guys, for those of you with a full head of hair, congratulations. Studies show that one of the most attractive physical features is a full head of hair.
Want to know the least attractive and the most aging? It's hair loss. No amount of car, house, or success can make up for that thinning or balding, as it leaves the greatest lasting physical impression. It doesn't have to be that way. Advanced Hair has the quick, one-day solution to your hair loss and can help you look 10 to 20 years younger. No more expensive pills or special shampoos. Just your very own natural hair that is guaranteed to grow. And with Advanced Hair, your new hair can grow for life. Advanced Hair has improved tens of thousands of lives, including top radio personalities, heck, even me. Did I mention your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day? So for your free consultation, call 720-459-HAIR. And if you qualify, get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's 720-459-HAIR. Or check out the before and after photos. Go online, advancedhair.com.
Idiocy and deceit and lies are the true pandemic in America.
It's all around you.
The hypocrisy is ridiculous in this country right now.
In your face.
Their agenda is power and control.
With impunity.
Hypocrisy of the left, they always accuse the right of so many different things, and then they go and actually do those things.
But many have awakened.
That's their Achilles heel.
And are talking about it.
For evil to triumph, good men must do nothing.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Listen on the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free. Never sounded so good.
ABC News, I'm Rena Roy. 22 Americans now among the 1,200 killed in the weekend Hamas terror attacks. And in Hamas-controlled Gaza, after days of Israeli airstrikes, more than 1,000 Palestinians have been killed. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, before leaving for Israel, says the rescue of Americans being held hostage along with Israelis in Gaza is a priority.
We stand resolutely against terrorism.
The first U.S. flights with ammunition and weapons arrived in Israel. The House Republican Conference held a secret ballot vote, giving Steve Scalise the most votes as the nominee to replace Kevin McCarthy as Speaker.
Hello. This Congress get back to work. We select a speaker, go to the House floor, get to 218, and then get the House working again.
Scalise not winning enough support to take a full vote on the House floor today. The House paralyzed until a speaker is elected, putting critical funding for Israel on hold. This is ABC News. NASA announces the findings from samples of the 4.5 billion-year-old asteroid Bennu, collected by the OSIRIS-REx space probe.
Sample material from the asteroid Bennu revealing substances that NASA says could indicate the building blocks of life on Earth. The findings, evidence of water and high carbon content. NASA leadership and scientists at the Johnson Space Center in Houston say while more study is needed to understand the nature of what's been found, the initial analysis offers insight into how the solar system was formed, how life was created on Earth, and what precautions need to be taken to avoid an asteroid colliding with the planet. Derek Dennis, ABC News.
New York Attorney General Letitia James announced proposed legislation to regulate social media platforms. James accused social media apps of using what she called addictive features to hook minors. Proposed rules would restrict social media algorithms that target young users and give the Attorney General's office new power over social media companies. Rena Roy, ABC News.
Denver police investigating after 3 people were stabbed at a homeless shelter last night. It happened at the Comfort Inn shelter near 46th and Quebec, which Denver leases for homeless housing. 2 adults and a juvenile taken to the hospital with unknown injuries. Residents at the shelter telling Fox 31 trouble's been brewing there.
We've been constantly trying to get these families out of here that have been causing issues. We even came together and all signed a petition.
Police have not announced any arrests. The shelter, one of 2 in the area leased by the city, that area just northwest of I-70 in Quebec. A homeless encampment that was scheduled to be cleared out yesterday wasn't, and migrants continue to arrive as well. Denver spending about $1.5 million per week to care for the migrants, up from $400,000 a week during the